Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Bill Singh.
I'm Alan Kaplan.
You're listening to the Plastic Empire here. Who knows where Pedro is? I think he's taking a shit.
He should be on hopefully soon. But we do got some stuff to talk about here, certainly on the TV and movie front. A lot of stuff we weren't able to talk about over the last couple of weeks just because of the fact that we had some special going on. We were talking SDCC, we were talking third-party Transformers. But I figure, Bill, you want to talk about Game of Thrones to start? Because there's been some news.
Yeah, I believe Game of Thrones is delayed. But, I mean, that was expected. The rumor is that they want to wait till, it's winter time where they're filming. This way they got that winter feel because, as you know, towards the end of the season, winter has arrived as Jon Snow and Sansa had that little moment.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed that they do want that realism. I mean, they could have cut corners. They could have had a film whenever and then just fake it out. But the fact that they do actually want to wait for winter to, really have that real-time feel, I think it's fine. I think it's something that's worth waiting for.
My question is, what happens if it don't fucking snow? Just
that would be pretty funny. Well, if it doesn't snow, they could always just go find a hill with the fake stuff for skiing and just film it all there.
Film it. So yeah, I mean, we're looking probably like a couple months pushback. I think they said, let me see, summer 17. So it's usually in April. So you're probably going to be July, I would think, release. So that's another 2.5 months.
Yeah, probably around like the middle of the summer. It's also interesting that it's only going to be 7 episodes, which is very shortened. The last time HBO... Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, don't forget they were talking about cutting it into 2 seasons, because they said there's only going to be about 13 episodes left, so...
Yeah, that's the thing I guess that disturbs me a little bit is it's going to feel a little rushed. The fact that there's going to be 7 episodes in season 7, so I guess that means 6 episodes in season 8. Yeah. I feel like, despite the fact that, yes, it's an hour each one, that's 13 hours, that feels like a lot, but I almost wonder if it's going to feel rushed toward the end. I don't know.
I feel you there. I do feel like, there's an awful lot. There's like a whole nother book. I mean, I don't think that one season could literally cover the end of 5, all of 6, and then have just about the same amount of episodes cover the final book. I don't know if that's possible. I mean, I guess technically there's 7. That'll end up being, 8 seasons total. And I mean, there's going to be 7 books. So it'll be, I mean, shit, maybe they can, but that's an awful lot of abridging there.
Yeah.
If that's a word.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of material to then have to abridge down. You're right. Yeah. And, they did, speaking of season 8, they did also officially announce that it will end with season 8. And, that wasn't truly official until just recently. So, yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like if they really, really... They could have probably had 10 episodes apiece, and this is season 8, and maybe make it feel more full, but who knows?
Right. I feel like why split it? Just go all the way in. Go do your 10 or like you said. We could even stretch it to 12, 13 episodes for one season. Just end it. Just get it done with. Why are you going to make us hold out for 2 years to see this when you already basically said it's just a little over a normal season's worth of production, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is that I'm wondering if they're doing this partly also to try to keep up with George R.R. Martin with the books. Maybe they want to make sure that they're not going to be finished too soon based on when his books are coming out. But no matter what, he's still finishing up book 6. No matter what, they're going to be finished far in advance.
Right. Yeah. Even the show. I mean, there's no way it'll probably take him another 5 or 6 years or longer after season 8 ends and the series finale. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? I don't get it. I figured just get it over with. You have the basic outline of what he's looking to do. You obviously add your own little twist to it. So just get it over with. Get it done.
Yeah.
That's just me though. I mean, I hate waiting. So patience is not a virtue for me. So I don't I don't like to wait. It's like, give it all to me. You know, if it's going to end, it's going to end, and I'll just have to figure something else out. You know, I got about a million other shows to watch every
well, there is a little bit of talk that there's probably going to be a spin-off as well. I'm not sure exactly what the spin-off could be, but
they were talking about the Dunk and Egg series, which is a novella that he did before Game of Thrones, and it has to do with Aegon. I don't remember which Aegon. It was an Aegon. It was like 100 years prior. So I think Aegon the Great or Conqueror. I don't remember. There's so many Aegons and so many Brandons, and you know, I get lost. But they're talking about possibly making that novella into a series, which would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's the prequel syndrome, unfortunately, but you know, I get it.
I like it. I think
wrote it.
I think it's I don't know. I like prequels. I think, you know, for me as a fan of something, it allows me to get back into immerse myself in there. But you know, there's more just a story of Dunk and Egg and whatever. And I guess I would like to see some of the Mad King and all that as well. Like that would be interesting if they did a spinoff with that. You know, the Winterfell, you know, Stark's, what's his name's dad, Ned's dad and brother. You know, that would be interesting leading up to that war. You know, so that would be interesting. But we'll see. I mean, you never know. Who knows if they'll do that or they even have that in mind. But I mean, it's so popular. Why wouldn't you? I mean, it's probably all time at this point for most people. Not most, but you know, a large portion of the population that are into television. It's probably close to their number one all time. So
yeah, it's definitely HBO's at least number one all time that has been recorded, at least as of now, as far as how many viewers they're getting. So I'm not exactly sure what record it broke. I don't know if it's Sopranos or not, but it is officially now the number one HBO show as far as what's been viewed. So it's pretty impressive.
For me, it's like Wire, Game of Thrones. I mean, that's, you know, that's a neck and neck thing right there for me. So
yeah,
you know, for me, it's right there. I mean, it's hard to, it's just like, what's your favorite song or who's your favorite, you know, like who's your favorite artist? It's so hard. It's so hard to just say one. So it's like those two are 1 and 2 for me. I won't place a number on either of the two. So maybe they're both number one. How's that?
Well, you know, speaking of which, I am actually developing a new favorite. I'm not going to say it's necessarily number one, but something that's been out there now for a few weeks. It is gaining a crap load of popularity. Is Stranger Things on Netflix. I had not heard about it until you and Pedro started talking about it. And then I started reading some links to articles saying how much it was trying to capture that feel of the 80s and everything. I figured, all right, what the hell, let me give it a shot. And I was blown away.
Yeah, it captures it. No question. No question. I mean, everything. There's everything in there. Goonies, Aliens, excuse me, Stand By Me. I mean, I know Stand By Me is a little earlier. No, it's the 80s, right? Not the late 80s.
It's the 80s. No, that's smack dab in the 80s, yep.
That's right. It takes place in the 60s, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
So, but one of my favorite movies. You know, it's got all of that. What did I say? Aliens? I probably said Aliens 3 times.
Mm-hmm. E.T.'s in there.
E.T., a little bit of Predator, some things I don't remember.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think it was awesome. I like that it's based around kids. You know what I mean? And it's like that coming of age. Like, hey, this is happening. We're doing it as a team. We're dealing with it, and you know, it's crazy, and it's a little like, oh shit, you know, wrap your head around it. And it ended pretty well. Like I like the way it ended. I will say that, spoiler alert, the last episode does have something that says there's something else coming. But we'll see. We'll see how that plays out and how they're all included in that now. And, you know, or if they'll move to a whole nother cast. You know, I was curious if this show was going to be like True Detective, where each season was going to be its own standalone show. But with the ending of the season, I feel like probably not. It's probably going to maintain the same cast. But I mean, how long can you do this type of storyline with the same cast? That's the only thing. It's more movie-esque to me than it is television show in terms of the storyline. You get what I mean?
Yeah, it did, and it's funny because a number of reviewers kind of said the same thing, that it felt more like an 8-hour movie than an 8-episode series.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, the latest from Netflix is that they are looking at season 2 to be a direct sequel. Good. So if it's a direct sequel, then that does make me think that, yeah, they're going to go with the same cast. They're all young enough; they might as well.
Oh, I love it. I love the cast. The cast was great. So I'm not against that. I'm just saying, I don't know how you could take that movie style story and build it for 8 seasons with the same cast, because this is a very strange this is a very strange movie-esque type of if I say it again, I'm going to punch myself. I know, movie-esque, but it's got that feel of, you know, where can you go? Like, you know, if the threat happens, it's going to happen somewhere. It could, you know, it's going to spread from there. Maybe they're involved because it started ground zero. Maybe they can involve them elsewhere in the country or the world. You know, I feel like that would be cool. I don't mind a true detective style season by season. If they stretch these characters as long as they can, 2-3 seasons, and then it's like, all right, we can't go anywhere else, but we're going to stay with that same feel that the original Stranger Things had, that 80s vibe, that synthesizer, that, you know, that intro, you know, the Stranger Things logo. You know, if you're going to stay with that, that's awesome, you know, with a whole different type of storyline. And maybe they could do that. Maybe they'll carry 2 or 3 seasons per section, maybe you call it, whatever you want to call it, and that would be interesting, man. I mean, I dig it right now. I think it's amazing. So I'm interested to see where they go with it and what their plans become with the series down the line.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like this is the next big thing for Netflix. They're already talking soundtrack besides the sequel. They're going to be having a lot going on in terms of just merchandising this. Probably there are so many places they can really go with it.
How about a toy?
What's that?
How about a toy line?
Toy line would be great, actually. I mean, the problem with the toy line is the only really interesting toy would be the monster. I mean, unless you're gonna, you're gonna have hyper realistic kids and everything, but I don't know how much people are gonna want to collect that. It's really because it's not very elaborate costumes or gadgets or anything like that. So.
Yeah, but I mean, you get the kids, you get the mom, the sheriff. You know, you get a truck. You put a truck in the line, or a couple bikes.
Yep.
You know, I think that shit could get interesting, man. I'm being a toy. You know, being you know how we are, man. We love toys, so.
Well, we love toys. And I also love collectibles, and I'd love to see, like, you know, there was a fan art that was put up a couple weeks ago with this guy who did this art for like a VHS case.
Oh yeah,
I would love to see that be a thing.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And that could be done because I mean, Super 7 actually just had an SDCC exclusive for that short He-Man cartoon they put together, Curse of the Three Terrors, and they had a limited edition VHS tape, and very hard to get. It's interesting, though, because they showed the tape, and the tape even has one of those little stickers that says, "Please be kind and rewind." Like, they went the whole 9 yards with it. And I feel like that's something they could easily do with this as far as collectibles go. So
I was surprised, you know, I think with San Diego Comic-Con being, you know, last week, that might have been a perfect time for them to kind of do something like that. You know?
I think they didn't have time, honestly. I think that knowing the timeline that it takes to make collectibles happen, they never would have had anything ready in time. They had no way of knowing that this was going to be a hit. Yeah. By the time San Diego happened, that's right in the throes of when this was basically premiering on Netflix. So they would have had to probably start like a year in advance, maybe even 6 months in advance for it to work.
I mean, we'll see. Maybe New York Comic Con will have something. They usually don't, you know, but they kind of just piggyback off San Diego's trickle downs. But unfortunately, being that we're this close, well, you're out there, but you know, me and Pedro, we're over here, so we don't get all the good stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that's hot right now. It's vintage style stuff. Cassettes, you know, musicians are releasing cassettes now, vinyl. You know, so I don't see why you can't go back to VHS. Although I know this is unrelated, but it's kind of related now that we're talking about it. Officially, the last VCR manufacturer in the world has stopped making VCRs because the parts were just getting too hard to find. So,
yeah, that is ironic that now you've got this VHS movement happening, and it's like, well, nope, no more VCRs.
Sorry.
I was joking to somebody because my parents actually still have like a boxed VCR DVD recorder. They wanted to have a spare just in case something happened to their current one. So it's like, I wonder if that's going to be worth anything now.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I mean, you know me with the wrestling videos and stuff that I did, you know, mostly back in the day. But I have so many VHS cassettes and VCRs and DVD players and recorders. It's like, shouldn't say that. I don't record any wrestling ever. I never have. You know, but I still have a lot of that stuff, you know, so it's like now make sure I don't get rid of it, you know, because it's not that I would have gotten rid of it, but, you know, you got to kind of hold on to it now, being that they're going to become more and more scarce. Because, I mean, you go now and you don't see, what is it, beta? I mean, I mean, even at garage sales and stuff, I'm sure you barely ever come across a beta. But then again, that's over, you know. I mean, you could probably be somewhere and there's like a plethora of beta machines.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 8-tracks too. Like every now and then you'll see 8-track tapes, but very few players.
Very few. So you don't want to get rid of that stuff, you know. So I know I'll be keeping mine.
Yep. So yeah, the other piece of I guess movie/TV news, so to speak. Not too much of really a surprising piece of news, but still something to talk about is that Disney has officially stated that Avengers Infinity War is now going to be an actual standalone film.
Yep.
The original idea was that it was going to be 2 films, 2 parts, but they've decided that it's going to be 1 film, and then there will be a second film, but it's going to be a completely different topic.
Yeah, and it's not gonna be connected with Infinity War. So yeah, that's cool. I mean, I hope they don't. You know, for me, it's like there's 4 hours. The original plan seems like there was like going to be a 4-hour, you know, 4 hours worth of the story. I hope it's a little longer than the 2 hours or whatever it's going to end up being, because it seems like now they'll truncate it a little bit.
Well, you know, truncated movies these days is like that means 3 hours, which is pretty crazy to begin with.
I hope so. Hey, listen, I was a big fan of the 3-hour movies. Those 3-hour movies were 80s, 70s movies, right? And then all of a sudden they went to this boxed 1 hour, 20-minute movies.
Yeah.
And then I want to say like the late 90s, early 2000s, bam, everybody started hitting 3-hour movies with Lord of the Rings, I want to say, you know, that whole series. And I want to say it kind of started around there. So early 2000s, you know, late 90s, and 3-hour movies were a thing again, 2.5, 2-hour movies. And then all of a sudden it went back. Let's go back to the 120. And now it seems like it's going back north of 2 hours per
yeah.
Not per movie, but for a lot of movies, especially like bigger movies. So I don't mind it. You know, while Pedro doesn't like sitting around with things, I enjoy it. So,
well, we might get to the point in the future where everybody's going to have to go into a movie theater with a catheter, because for all we know, they're going to be watching 6-hour films. They're not going to want to have to get up. So,
sign me up, man. Sign me up. Hey, listen, I know the theater's different. You know, at home I could watch a movie in 2 parts if I have to. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so it's no big deal. Like they said, Stranger Things, they felt like it was like a big 8-hour movie. Cool. I watched it in separate parts.
Yeah, no, I did. I kind of separated literally into 2. I saw 4 episodes in a row, and then I saw 4 episodes in a row the following day.
Yeah, I don't think I watched it that quick. You know, I want to, but you know, little things come up. But I do have shows that I've ended up watching like that. But you know, I just ran through Tyrant. It took me like 2.5 days. You know, it was like 2 seasons and a couple episodes from the current one. But you know, I'm actually stuck on that net right now with what's the one? Marco Polo. I couldn't think. The other Netflix show, Marco Polo. I'm kind of there now, where it's like I'm only like 3 episodes in, and the series been out for a little while now, the second season, and I'm just way behind. And it's like I've been wanting to watch it, but things come up, or I just don't have time to sit in the block and watch it. So hopefully I'll get a little time this week during the week, and I'll just bang out like 4 or 5 episodes in a row.
Yeah.
Because I do that. I just veg. I just sit on the couch from the time I come home till bedtime, and that's it. Prep for.
I'm kind of doing the same thing, but I'm doing it mostly listening to podcasts and such. So yeah.
I do that at work. I drive around. I listen to podcasts and stuff. That's another thing. Like I'll listen to 3-hour podcasts. I'll listen to 20 minutes here, an hour here, 15 minutes here, between stops or whatever. And, so that's how I break up those long things.
Yeah.
So what else we got here? Is that it on the movies? Or we got?
I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. That's pretty much it for movies and TV.
Let's see how good Pedro's timing is.
Well, in the meantime, we can have you. I'm thinking you want to talk about this new Revoltech Spider-Man that's coming out.
Well, I'm thinking we want to talk about Big Boy Collectibles.
Oh, that's a good idea too.
BigBoyCollectibles.com. Go over there for all your G.I. Joe needs. You need it. I'm not going to say he has it. Let's be honest. But all your G.I. Joe needs, stick with him, bookmark him, follow him, sign up for his newsletter, his email list, and he's bound to have what you want eventually. I mean, he's had some awesome stuff that I personally bought from him, stuff that I went to the site and I said, shit, I missed it. I can't believe I missed it, for amazing prices. So he's got modern, vintage, different things like, what do you call them? Little radios and walkie-talkies and, like different little knickknacks that come with the Joe name on it. So he has a bunch of that stuff. BigBoyCollectibles.com. Shout out to Jose. Thank you again for sponsoring us. And be sure to check him out. Shoot him a message. Let him know we sent you. I don't think that'll get you shit, but at least let him know we sent you. So we feel like we're doing something. And the Revoltech Spider-Man. Looking at this thing, man, I mean, the first initial picture I seen was him swinging in on the. Are you sharing it or am I? I'm sorry. You're sharing.
I was thinking I have you share this one, but
yeah, I'll pop it up. That's my fault. I was busy yapping instead.
No worries.
Busy yapping doing. So here we go. We got. I saw this image here with the Spider-Man swooping in, like how they show him coming off the buildings, going down an avenue in Manhattan. Or is it Manhattan? It is, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now this is my first time seeing him here. Why would I do any prep work other than just opening our information and just pulling them up? But being that I just opened this, the one thing I didn't like was the shoulders, where the shoulder joint was. Now, you guys had mentioned this when it came to the Deadpool. I did order the Deadpool. But you see, if you look at the top of the joints, the top of the shoulder, it's just a ball there. It's kind of like he has no shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
The collarbone would come through. However, I mean, yeah, if you're going to pose him like that, but if you got something this goddamn posable, why the fuck would you put him in a pose like this anyway?
Yeah, and I think that's the idea, is that for engineering purposes, it's probably easier to pose with that piece kind of missing. Right. But the idea is, to your exact point, it's probably understood, though it really shouldn't be assumed, that when folks are going to be posing this thing, it's going to be in a swinging type of position. It's not going to be in just a stagnant position like this.
Yeah. And let me be honest, man. I've seen Marvel Legends that have worse articulation joints than this thing. I do see the ball, like in between the elbow there, the ball. I like that. It's got the two.
It's signature Revoltech.
Right.
What's up, guys?
Oh, see, yeah, I told you his timing is perfect. So he's got the pins on each side of the elbow and then the elbow, so that allows it to spin and bend in and out. So that's awesome, because then when you get to these poses like him swinging in off of the buildings, I mean, that's amazing. You're able to do that stuff, and that might be the pose I put him in when I get him. So
Yeah, stand straight up and down is never going to look optimal, but when you have them in dynamic poses, that's where it works. And these are called Revoltech because it's the same type of joint at every joint. The shoulders, the elbows, the knees, the way that the torso, the upper torso and the lower torso, the head, the ankles, the what do you call it, the wrists. It's one of those things that makes it Revoltech, and some people don't like it, but as long as it's the right color and you have it in a pose like this, I mean, that's just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with this or this, either one. And then, like the Deadpool, I'm doing that cross. I like that cross leg in the air, shooting the guns.
Well, what's cool about it is that you could do those two, and then you can, and then the next, and a week later, you could do something else. It's Spider-Man.
That's assuming I'm not the lazy fuck that I am.
Though you might find like the perfect sweet spot that you want to keep.
I like the sweet spots.
Exactly.
So,
And,
what else you got there, Alan?
well, I can start talking a bit about Hot Toys.
Oh, you had nothing on this? Yeah, that was it? You just gonna?
Oh, for me with this, I mean, well, for me, I'm ordering it. I'm ordering it just like I ordered the Deadpool.
You gonna let me know when the pre-order comes, or you just gonna fend for myself?
Oh, I always let you know.
Okay.
I always send a 411 whenever these pre-orders go up.
Except for Deadpool.
Deadpool, I did actually say something during JoeCon.
Did
you just missed it.
Oh, I wasn't at JoeCon. Okay, that's
no,
right.
I posted it on the board during JoeCon. Yes, we've had that discussion.
Looking at you guys, having fun, and me sitting at home with my head in the air, sulking.
But and then the next pre-order coming up after this one, well, once this goes up for pre-order, they're going to have a Venom as well.
Venom.
I'm curious as to what kind of Venom it's going to be. I hope it's going to be a McFarlane-esque Venom, but we'll have to see. It'll be interesting to see how postable that will be, considering it's probably going to be a more bulky figure.
Does this head look McFarlane to you? The eyes? It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell when it's not colored. It definitely has that style. I don't know if it has necessarily the same size as far as the eyes go, but it's that style.
For McFarlane, it has to be eyes.
Yeah.
And actually, it looks more bagely than McFarlane. McFarlane has the outside of it is bigger and rounder. Mm-hmm. From what I can see, that's more triangular. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's a McFarlane. Now, if we're lucky, it might come with a few different head options, and maybe they'll have bigger eyes, but probably not. If they do another head, it'll probably be either a half mass or a Peter Parker.
Okay. Do they usually have extra heads with these figures?
Is it Japanese?
Yeah.
Well, there's your answer.
Yeah, I believe this has a couple swappable parts, if I remember.
And it's going at minimum multiple swappable hands. You saw that it looks like it comes with some kind of webbing, and they usually, I don't want to say definitely, okay, but I'm pretty sure it'll come with different heads.
Oh, actually, what am I talking about? Deadpool does too. You're right.
Deadpool.
Yeah, the Japanese are pretty good with that stuff.
Well, I got to tell you, that would be really sweet if, let's say, they had multiple heads based on various art styles. If they had McFarlane, Bagley, Romita, Ditko, that would be really sweet.
Right, don't get too excited. I mean, they're not going to go that far.
I'm past excited.
The one that I...
Is that what that white spot on your screen
is? What I think will have, what would probably have a McFarlane-esque and then a Bagley-esque head will be Venom.
Mm.
I can totally see Venom coming. I can see a Venom with the tongue out and the Venom just with the teeth grinning.
Yeah.
Which is so far. I mean, they're American, but it's so far what Diamond Selects did and what Hasbro did.
Yeah, that's true.
So I would hope for that one. With this Spidey, I could see them definitely doing like a half mask or the Peter Parker head. And if we're lucky, they'll do a different version. They'll do one with bigger eyes, because that one looks kind of triangular, which is more movie. It's not that triangular, but it's definitely not McFarlane.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is it. What do you want to talk about now, Alan? Tell us.
Well, I was going to bring up the Hot Toys. I guess I'll do that first, and then I actually am going to need Pedro to correct me on something from the last time. But I figured let's first go through some of these Hot Toys.
Oh, absolutely. Because what I have to, the stuff that I'm not, I have to admit it's not correcting you because I looked it up again, but it'll lead into some of the other stuff that we're talking about.
Awesome. All right, so give me a second, and I will go start sharing. Because sharing is caring.
Big boy.
All right. Are we on?
No, we're not. We are. We're off air.
No, I mean, am I showing?
Yes, you are.
So
you're a shower, not a grower. I'll tell you that much.
So I apologize. I know I mentioned we were going to be talking about Hot Toys, but I did see this in my tab, and I was going to bring this up anyway. So before we get to Hot Toys, let's get to something a little cheaper. These are these ultimate 11-inch scale figures that Disney Store and Marvel Store are actually coming out with. And the first one here is Black Widow. These are akin to those old famous Covers figures, which are obviously based on Mego-style figures. Cloth outfits, plastic pieces otherwise. They look a little goofy.
Yeah, I don't like the head, man.
Yeah, it's a little off, but you know, they are what they are. I like cloth-style figures like this. She looks like she has no neck. That's the biggest problem. And
you know what? I mean, the body is not too bad, but that head is god awful. If there's a swappable head for that thing, it'd be worth it.
Yeah. The head is pretty bad.
I mean, it's maybe it's is that legit hair or is that plastic hair?
Oh, that looks like that's legit. Oh, you know what? It's hard to tell actually.
Is that doll hair or like?
That is doll hair, I think. It's hard to tell. I think it's hard to tell.
I think if they did a better job with the face features, that could be a badass figure, man. Just based, you know, because I don't dislike the hair because I feel like action figure women action figures hair is awful 99.9% of the time.
Yeah.
That's just my take, and I mean I think I've spoke about that before, but I mean the hair's not all that bad. If they would have just put a little bit more detail into the facial, you know, like maybe a little more cheekbone, or you know what I mean.
Well, at the end of the day, they're a slave to their price point, and I'm not sure.
Well, but that's not an excuse. There's a style.
Yeah.
That's not an excuse. Either you like this product or you don't. This is a product for somebody who really loved their Mego and like these modern versions of Mego. There is a market for this out there. It's not as big as they thought it was, like in the 90s, where DC Comics, where DC and Marvel produced all of those, you know, next generation type Megos. This says Mego to me. This says Mego for 2016. If you're not into it, you're not into it. If you are, they've added a lot of cool stuff. Now, is that real hair or is that molded hair?
Welcome back.
That's what we were just asking.
Yeah, it's just been issues after issues.
We're not sure. We're just taking a crapshoot and saying we're not sure.
Because it looks awful. That is too much forehead on any woman. Okay.
Well,
it might have to do with the part.
It's like these women with these videos that how to put on makeup, and they you know show half of their face. They look like the jackal, and then the other side they look like a goddamn porn star. And, you just take a couple markers or a little paintbrush, and you just give her the shadows and all that shit, and she might look sexy, man.
I like the face. I actually really do like the face sculpt. You know, from the eyebrows down. It's too much forehead, and I think it's because the hair sits on her like a box.
Well, I was
a helmet.
I was just saying to him, I feel like the hair is not that bad considering how bad action figure hair is, but you know, the face could have used a little more detail, and that might have brought out the figure itself in general.
I can't get over the helmet hair and the forehead. To me, the face looks okay. And the other thing is that one of the things, and this is why you pay $200, $300 for a hot toy, and this is only going to cost you, what is it, $40?
Yeah, something like that.
Look at how phony look how quote unquote phony that outfit looks. It looks like they took regular material and they just cut it down to size. Alan, let me know when traffic's through.
Sorry about that.
Since when do you have trains?
There is a train station not too far from here.
Okay, and the reason your window is open?
For air.
And the reason you don't have any kind of, you don't have a fan or something?
Wait, didn't we fix that, Alan?
We did. I put out the fan because Bill was saying earlier that when I was going to have the fan off to be courteous, and then it was like the traffic was too much. So
And then
I'll shut the front window and just start sweating.
But look who's talking. Last week, his nephew was yelling at him the whole time on the show.
But that's my nephew. He can scream whenever he wants.
Well, these trains can go over whenever they want. I mean,
they do.
I just shut my front window, so let's see if that improves things.
All right, but like I was saying, whereas Hot Toys, they will match materials that work and fold right on a 1/12 scale so that it looks like it's real clothing.
Alan, go out of the package image again, because I didn't feel that it was that awful once it was. I didn't think it was that awful. I really don't.
It looks kind of staticky to me. It's not static. Well, it looks like it's very bulky the way and how rigid it is.
I mean, I'll tell you what it looks like, and I'm reminded by this because of the fact this is a Disney Store exclusive. It looks like a Disney Princess doll. Only
absolutely. And look how thick that zipper is.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's what this is. This is in the same style as a Disney princess.
But I will say this: the gauntlets are awesome. Her batons, the gun, the belt, the side hold. What do you call those?
Holsters.
The holsters. They look very plasticky. They look very But other than that, if you like this thing, it's worth it. I'm not that into this Mego style, even though every once in a while, if I find them for cheap, I will buy the old DC or Marvel ones. Mm-hmm. Like, I found that the Punisher and the Spider-Man one for $10 each upstate about 6-7 years ago.
Cool. What's next? We spent way too much time on this.
Way too much time on this.
Well, there's one more. There's Captain America.
Okay,
Turtleneck Captain America.
Turtleneck Captain America. That's the first thing I saw.
I think that's more awful than the other one.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And that's what
terrible.
And what it is, to me, it's not so much the head; it's the costume. I don't like I like the darker blue on top, but I don't like the lighter blue. And again, it's because of how they stitched the costume together. The kind of material, it's very thick. Okay, so it doesn't give it a realistic look. Like if somebody was really wearing something like that, looks like somebody who's actually cosplaying. That's what that looks like. Like a really good an average to good cosplayer, that's what their costume would look like.
Yeah, but this I don't know. This line isn't.
Well, it's not for us. I mean, at the end of the day, this is for kids. You know.
Oh, it's for you, Alan. Come on.
No, I gotta say, even me, it's like if I was even still at Disney and I found this in the Disney store and I had discount, I still don't know if I would pick these up. These are definitely not your famous. They're not famous covers. They're not Mego. They're something I think for a younger age set.
The boots are huge. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the boots those are shit-kicking boots right there.
Yeah, but I don't see this as for kids at $40 and this type of stitching. This is collectors.
Well,
I mean, it's kiddie-like. I hear what you're saying, but kiddie-like 40 years ago. This is, I mean, at a $40 price point, a lot of parents would be like, nah. I'm going to get you that $10 5 points of articulation figure.
Well, I'll say this, though. A number of the Disney dolls are in the same price point. Those are for kids.
And how many Disney adult collectors are there?
Well, good point.
And the operative word is DOLS.
Yeah, it does say here retails $34.95, so yeah.
$34.95. That's a great price.
That's a good price considering what other things are costing these days.
Yeah, considering what you get, how big it is, that's not a bad price. If you're a big-time Captain America collector, you'd pick this up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you specifically, but if you're really into Black Widow, you'd pick that up. But that's a great one to get for like a Christmas present for a little girl.
Sure.
Who likes superheroes and stuff like that. And a little boy too. Why not?
I gotta say that, man, those stitched-on knee pads. Wow, that's. Oof.
Yeah, the thing is that the stitching is too pronounced. The costume is too bulky. It looks like a cosplay costume.
It does.
All right, what's next?
So going on to a little bit more high-end stuff.
Woo.
Here's Doctor Strange, yo.
Yeah, this thing is obscene.
That's pretty crazy.
Benedict
That's the first image.
CUMBERBATCH.
That's pretty cool. Again, not too many images of this right now because these are just the first images that they're showing. But,
yeah, and they're not that high. And for whatever reason, yours aren't. Okay, there it is. The details coming in. That is gorgeous. Holy smokes!
See that facial structure? That's the shit I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, that's a $300 figure. So there you go.
Look at the eye, Alan. Please continue. Look at that
eye
of
Agamotto.
Agamotto. Look at the detailing on that thing. That is just insane.
All right, when you guys are done talking comics, I'll come back on the show.
He's wearing it. His source of power is around his neck.
Now, so those are just first images. That's why I'm sorry these don't really look that great, but this is really all that's been released so far. Something we have seen, well, actually, no, this is that we have not seen yet either. So these are two new Iron Man figures.
Iron Man. Oh, yes, he can. He fights and fights for... I don't know.
He's Iron Man.
So this is Diecast Mark 6. That's what it says. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically a re-release of the Mark 6 that they've done before, but now with Diecast. So if you already have a collection of like 20 Iron Men, all right, and you've spent
that's all they have is Iron Man. Iron Man, Captain America, and Spider-Man.
But they do more Iron Man than Captain America and Spider-Man combined.
They do now.
Yeah.
All right, so
just because of all the armor.
They do, and now they're going to have this one, which is Diecast, and you got to have it. I feel bad for those hardcore Hot Toys Iron Man fans, because at $300 a pop, they've had over 20. All right? And it's an insane collection. They look gorgeous standing side by side. All right, I've got one, the Mark 43, the one from the third movie, the one that's mostly silver.
Yeah.
That one has die-cast and lights, and these things are truly a work of art. I mean, what they do with these things is obscene. Oh, and this one's got that awesome stand.
Yeah.
Hey, I think I fixed Pedro's yelling problem. I just took control of him in the control room here.
You lowered my voice?
Yeah, because you definitely sound...
then I'm leaving. Bye. Well, that's your job, dude. Because
I'm the producer? Okay, I got you.
I come from a family of screamers. My grandfather was deaf.
Mr. yells a lot. Who are you talking to? You ain't got to tell me. I'm just for the fans out there, the viewers. You know, I don't want you to get any more beatings that you don't deserve.
No, I'll take that one.
Do you guys notice that he's got a battle damage chest feature and a battle damage helmet feature there?
Awesome.
I guess those are just plates that can come on and off.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm not too crazy about those features because those are the only two features that are messed up, and then the rest of the body is fine. I mean, it's cool that they added. I mean, you know, for $300 they can add it. They should be adding a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Next.
So, another important Iron Man piece. This is the Mark 7 Sub-Zero Iron Man. Yeah, that's kind of my reaction to be honest. I mean, I feel like this is like Rainbow Batman and Winter Batman and, you know.
Is me singing that Iron Man theme going to get us sued or copyrighted? Where we
Let me tell you, it's only us because other people on YouTube do reviews of trailers. They'll play the whole friggin' trailer and then talk about it, and they don't complain about being flagged. Now,
our girl does it.
There's a guy who's Movie Bob. His job is to review movies, and he's done it with different YouTube channels that are part of a big websites, and he's been flagged. It makes no sense.
Tell that to Ghostface Killer, man. He was just beat by the guy who created that cartoon. So
really now?
Just recently, yep.
Wow.
That album has been out since
20 years.
Yeah, I mean, late, early, mid '90s. So he just got hit for that, I think earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that's ridiculous.
How does our girl do it from beyond the trailer? Because she reviews the entire trailer.
A lot of people do. There's this guy.
Making yourself sound like a creep by bringing the names up, man. You can say our girl, but you don't bring up the show because then you look like the creep. You know.
Sorry, from
I'm just
that trailer channel. That trailer channel, yeah.
Yeah.
No, Alan. A lot of them do, and I don't get how that works.
Yeah.
A lot of them do, and then there are a lot of them that get shut down for any little thing.
Do they have advertisements and stuff?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Just as a quick aside, okay, we got flagged. I don't know about the wrestling one. I'm not sure what the deal with them is, but I could understand for the Ghostbusters. There's a lot of talk and speculation and a conspiracy theory that once the Ghostbusters trailer from a few months ago got so many bad reviews, that Sony decided to shut it down and shut people down with it. Okay, so I could see why they didn't want people talking about it at any level.
Yeah, well, the wrestling was because you're showing footage owned by the WWE. So.
Yeah, but that's a poor excuse, man.
I think it is too, and you're promoting something, so
exactly.
That's what I don't understand about it. It's not like we're blatantly just ripping it off to, I don't know. I guess. Whatever. Anyway, let's move back to this white Iron Man now that we have to do.
Yeah. So this is just his product shot with a little face he comes with. Again, if you're an Iron Man collector, totally for you. Otherwise, meh.
Yeah, because it's the same. I'm not sure what body that is, but it's not the first time we've seen that body.
Right.
Okay, and that's the thing. And they've had about 3 or 4 body types that they've reused over and over again and just made slight changes to try to make all the armors from Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Next.
So, next for Hot Toys.
Sorry.
We saw some of these.
Is it Margot Robbie?
What's that? Yep.
Margot Robbie?
There's a whole bunch of Suicide Squad images that have come out now. So we were able to see a couple from San Diego, but now there are full galleries available, so I just wanted to go through these for everybody.
Holy shit, it's a Will Smith photo shoot.
It's a Will Smith photo shoot. That's pretty cool with the helmet.
Looks good. He looks pretty good. He looks legit. Looks like fucking Will Smith, except younger. He looks
exactly.
They're making him look younger in the Hot Toy version.
Yeah. I'm not crazy that they selected Will Smith. I don't like the helmet. I'm going to say I don't like the helmet. I actually like the Will Smith face better because at least he's got the beard. But the helmet is too padded, too thick. It needs to be a lot tighter to his head.
That's a good point. Unless I wonder if is that maybe the look in the movie? Because this is Hot Toys. I thought they would get that wrong.
Yes, that is the look all over the media, except for I think you see that? I think it's too big. It's too big.
I don't know. I like it.
You know what it is? I'm used to. I've known Deadshot since I was a kid in the '80s in the comics, and the costume was one of the cooler. His costume and his mask was one of the cooler ones. That's too wide. You can't see any facial features. Yeah. You can't see. It should be a lot tighter.
Yeah, but to me, when I look at that, I think Kevlar versus.
And you know what?
Luchador's mask, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, versus a spandex mask. You're right, because that might be able to take a gunshot. That might be for protection, just in case so that he doesn't get shot. But look at those accessories. Wow.
Oh sorry. I'll go back there. Yeah, there's a lot of guns, there's a little knife. There's a lot of stuff that comes with this figure for sure.
Those guns were nice.
Is that a headset? Oh, that's his eyepiece.
That's his eyepiece.
Oh, the eyepiece is awesome, and it connects to from his left ear to his right eye. Yeah, this is why you paid it $300.
Exactly. This is my main event.
Margot.
I already pre-ordered.
There's just something.
Harlequin?
It's kind of creepy to have that, don't you think?
I've got one problem with this figure. That is her only head sculpt.
Oh, that's lame.
That sucks. Like, this was a figure that needed more than one head sculpt. Oh, look at that.
That is so wrong. And so right. It's so wrong and so right.
He looks like an old hooker from one of the movies. You know, like a 40-year-old woman trying to look sexy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What?
Like a 50, 60-year-old woman trying to look sexy. Go back to the dumpy butt there. Go back, please. You go to I was way off.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. You
don't watch enough TV, man.
No. Look. Not all women have big bubble butts. That right there is juicy.
You're missing a point. No, the other what was the one that had the fat ass last week that we talked about?
That was the Figure Arts figure.
There you go, the Figure Arts figure. Now that got a fatty. Never mind. Anyway,
I got one other problem with this figure besides the head sculpt. Now that I think about it, I don't like that you can see those knee joints. They should have made this like the Hulk figure, where the Hulk skin you couldn't see the joints, and they had that special material.
Yeah, but Alan, you also couldn't bend the joints.
They're not.
Yeah. The range on the Hulk was like you on those joints were less than 30 degrees. At least with this, once you get her in different poses, not that one straight on, maybe it won't be as noticeable.
So again, it's a very impressive head sculpt, but there should have been more than one head option here. And that's something else we're going to talk about in our next little review too. This seems to be a thing with Hot Toys now, where I guess they're having fewer head sculpts. I don't know why. They used to have some options, and
it costs less.
It costs less.
It costs less. Now they cost more, and they're cutting back.
What do you think? I mean, you know, we've seen Storm Collectibles without the joints. I mean, do you think Storm Collectibles is even close to this level, or do you think? I mean, what's your take? I feel like the Storm Collectibles are damn close to this quality.
I do too. I
have to see the Storm Collectibles.
I do love that you can see that little red bra there. All right, now it's getting... All right.
Yeah, exactly.
This is relatively a family show.
But trust me, this is made. But this is made for you. It's not made. This is not made for anybody else.
Oh, this is made for me. I love this jacket. That's awesome. I love the little jewelry here. This is great.
I like the revolver.
The revolver is nice.
There is something not seen here. So, Hot Toys is doing this shit now, where basically there's going to be certain foreign editions that will have an additional accessory. It's not seen here, but her additional accessory is going to be a hammer. One of those big exaggerated hammers. I don't know which country's exclusive it's going to be, but it's not this one.
Figures. That's it?
Really, that really blows, because that hammer that's essential. If you're going to collect her, you want the hammer.
Yeah.
6-second delay there, Pedro?
I think so.
So this is Joker. This is non-Arkham Asylum Joker. This is pretty cool.
What do you mean non-Arkham Asylum?
Well, remember the one we saw last week was that Hot Toys Toy Fair exclusive Arkham Asylum Joker, where he's in the straitjacket.
Yeah, the straight.
This is the basic Joker from Hot Toys.
Yeah, well, this is the Suicide Squad.
Well, so was that.
Yeah.
That was also, but this is, yeah.
No, I just found that I just found it really interesting that you see it as a non-Arkham Asylum. There's an Arkham Asylum and a non-Arkham Asylum versus regular dressed and in straight jacket Joker.
Yeah, I can't use my words.
I love the grill.
Oh, you know, I thought I wasn't crazy about the grill at first, but it really adds a whole other level to it, especially with his eyes.
That's on some RZA type of shit, you know, from back in the day.
Yeah, I wish his tattoos were better, but I'm glad they covered them. See, this is what I mean by the way the fabric and the materials that Hot Toys uses. That jacket looks natural. It doesn't look super bulky. It looks like if they took a regular jacket, put it in through a minimize, put it in some machine that shrunk it down, and that's where we get that awesome looking. That's how you get that awesome looking jacket. It's got all the right folds. I don't know exactly what they do or how they do it, but it costs a lot of money.
Yep.
Looks good, man. Looks spot on. What's next?
Well, there's all his accessories. He also comes with something special. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think it was another gun. But yeah, this is good. Suicide Squad is Hot Toys got a big license there.
Oh yeah.
So something else we saw briefly, but now there's more images, is of these upcoming back two figures.
Marty.
These figures are awesome, but with the same problem as the Harley Quinn. So that's Doc Brown's only head sculpt.
Lame.
So every pose you put him in, he's gonna have that goopy look on his face.
Look at his pose.
Yeah, that is not.
Go back to that pose. He's shocked when he's trying to make sure he's syncing up his watch at the right time.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's trying not. No, he's at Times Square and he just caught one of the topless people taking pictures.
So this is definitely a figure that, again, beautiful figure, but suffers from having only this one head sculpt.
Marty.
Oh god, that was good.
That was actually pretty good. I mean, you could pose him sitting on the toilet; it would look great.
Oh!
God, awful, man.
Yeah, as it's the only head sculpt, that's not a smart choice.
But look at these accessories. He's got the newspaper. He's got 1955 and 2015 money. He's got the watches. This is cool shit.
Yeah, that is.
And then
Next.
you got Marty, which again, same problem. This is his only head sculpt. He looks completely uninterested and bland in everything that he does.
He's got the Nikes on now.
He's got the Nikes on though. Pretty cool. He's got the hat. This is great.
Yeah, these are great figures. I love their accessories and their outfits. But you're right, giving us these expressions are not great.
Nope. I mean, the Back to the Future figure also had kind of a bland head sculpt as well, but it at least had a bit more expression than this one does. See, again, this looks amazing. This looks like Michael J. Fox. But to have him have this bland look in every pose you're gonna put him in is
well, it's actually, I don't know if it's bland or he's like it's like him contemplating. It's I wish it was neutral, because a neutral face you could do a bunch of different things. This one, his left eye is coming down a little bit. It's kind of quizzical. His expression.
That hat looks great.
The hat is also like, what's going on over there? Or, I'm not really crazy about what's going on over there.
Again, amazing accessories.
Oh my God,
the Pepsi, the almanac, the bag for the almanac, the newspaper, the hoverboard. Look at this. This is nuts.
The bag where the Nikes came in.
I kind of wish I got the Pepsi at New York Comic Con last year.
Oh, I wish I did too.
I thought about it and I completely forgot.
How much was it?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, so you were that dumb.
Yeah.
So, since I have, no, I'm sorry. I think that's pretty much it.
Move along.
So, Pedro, do you want to start talking about? You want to talk about our comparison between Powermaster Prime and Takara Prime?
Oh, the one that you got completely wrong?
The one I got completely wrong.
Completely and absolutely wrong?
If you were still here, we could have avoided that.
Well, actually, no, because what would have happened was that I would have gotten it wrong then as well. Alan was correct. It was and is correct. It is. They resculpted the cab.
Are you sharing here, or what's going on?
Oh, I'm looking at it, but I'm not sharing.
Share it.
But at least I can see it, right?
There you go. Fuck the rest of the world. Dun dun dun.
Are we there?
We're there yet.
Okay, we're not there yet?
We are there.
Oh, you're there, right? We're good?
We're there. Bathroom.
We're there. Okay. This is what I see here, Alan. I'm not 100% sure about the head. I gotta check it out with the Powermaster Prime Hasbro release. But this right here, do you see the windows on the cab on his chest?
Yes.
These are huge, like in G1. The Powermaster one that's exactly the same one as the Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus has the small slits for the cab windows. Okay, the bumper is G1. They redid that. The headlights, again, G1. Okay, and then for what else I can see that they changed, definitely. I mean, and we're talking about changing from the Powermaster Hasbro Titan Returns release compared to this Takara Japanese release. The American Powermaster has this horrendous thing that the inside of his arms, okay, are hollow, kind of like the inside of his thighs. The inside of the thighs are still hollow, but they filled in and with plastic on the insides of the arms, so it looks a million times better.
Yeah.
All right, that actual that piece, this whole piece that's attached, that's on top of the cab, that kind of looks like a Powermaster. Actually, that really does look like the Powermaster there in the middle. That's a new sculpt. Okay, I'm not sure about his upper legs, about his lower legs, I mean, but definitely the feet. The feet here are what's added. That's the apex part of the armor that they added to the truck mode. Okay, so this is Ginrai, but it's like Ginrai plus. Ginrai was really just the Japanese Powermaster back in the day, and the difference between that one and the American was that the cab was diecast.
Yeah.
On this one, I would say it's Ginrai plus, because at least in the alternate form, when he's in the tractor trailer, they added the extra trailer in the back, the small one, which transforms into his feet, and that really is great, because one of the biggest problems with the American Powermaster Prime is fine in of himself. It's a great piece, great piece. The problem with it is that because his lower legs are so thick, all right, because you have all these panels, he can't stand up straight. So he's forced. So the legs are colliding together, and he's forced to stand in an A stand. But the problem is that his ankles don't turn, so it looks kind of awkward. It looks like he's standing on the sides of his feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't get that stability. I mean, he stands up fine, but you really have to put him in a whole bunch of different poses to hide the fact that he can't put his feet flat on the ground. That is the one problem that a lot of people have said and that I could see. All right, now here in the cab form, here you can see it in the cab. This cab splits apart in different places that the Combiner Wars and the Titans Return Hasbro versions do not. The windows are new. All right, the grill, that is a G1 grill, that G1 headlights or G1-esque headlights, or at least different enough from the American release, and the bumper is totally new. All right, and the other thing that I like, and I thought it was at first I wasn't too crazy about it, but it is accurate. All the red behind him before you get to his trailer. The original Powermaster Prime was like that as well. That you had a red section before you got to the trailer section. Mm-hmm. All right, he still does his wacky base mode. Okay, and here are the comparison shots.
Yeah, this is what blew me away, was seeing these together like this. It's like, holy crap, it's two different toys.
Yes. If you look at the back, it's not, I call it the Apex Armor Edition. It's not necessarily Apex Armor, but they added a piece in the back, so they extended. It's too bad they couldn't extend the paint apps all the way. You notice how you see that thick plastic piece back there? Mm-hmm. And you see how the tires in the back pop out? Versus on the American one, which, first of all, this is mistransformed. The cab should be pulled out.
Yes.
When the cab is this far back, the wheels on the back the wheels in the front are further up than the wheels in the back. When you pull it out, then they're even. But in the back, all you have, actually, you shouldn't even have. This is completely mistransformed. What you see in the back here, which makes it kind of look like a garbage truck, this big thick blue piece, those are the Powermaster Prime's feet. But they're supposed to be folded underneath. They completely hide away. All right, so it makes it that much shorter, but the trailer. All right, and the cool thing about the American is that it's got the color is kind of consistent from front to back, so I kind of like that. Because on the Chikara one, the red breaks it up, but it's still not bad. And this robot form that they have is just awesome. Look at how simple that the paneling on the front of the Ginrai figure is, versus how different it is on the American version. Which the American version is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I really like the way I love the way they did that. Okay, but this Ginrai really, really looks like Powermaster Prime. Oh, and the fact that what I love is that instead of this crazy off-white, off-gray color. It's actually a more solid silverish gray plastic, and then they redid, and they gave him guns that are very similar to the Powermaster Prime guns.
Cool. What's next?
Well,
first of all, let me get rid of these. Okay, the next one. This is not Transformer. This is
quite weird.
This is Japanese at Japanese. Now, I wonder, I don't know too much about this. First of all, this is done by 3A, an amazing robot company, and they also make amazing 1/12 scale figures. Okay, so they have this Spider-Man, okay, which is basically just a kid in knee-high slacks, okay, with long beige socks, Spider-Man sneakers, a Spider-Man long sleeve like sweater vest, sweater or thermal or I don't know what, and like a bootleg Spider-Man mask that he put on, but he's holding a camera, okay, and he's got this awesome backpack. And then it comes with this robot Spider-Man with tons of articulation. This looks straight out of the 70s. Now, in the 70s, there was a Spider-Man cartoon live-action TV show in Japan that had nothing to do with the American Spider-Man origin. All right? And in the show, all right, he put on this crazy Spider-Man costume. All right, it wasn't with slacks like this, but then, like at the end of the show, his big deal was that he would call upon his Spider-Man robot, and then he would beat up the big, Godzilla-like baddie.
See, I didn't know any of that, so I was wondering what the concept was behind this. I had no idea that was an actual thing.
That is an actual thing. Now, I cannot guarantee you that this is from that. This, if anything, this looks like a modern version of that. But you look at that rope, you look at that Spider-Man armor or robot, and it's got that Chogokin, whatever kind of look to it. Mm-hmm. It's got that 70s robot look to it, but look at that articulation.
I could almost get it. I could almost get in with the Peter Parker if those legs weren't so goddamn skinny and those.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't notice it with the pants.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't even use those pants. Who wears knee-high knickers? Like
the Japanese. Me in 2000. Me in 2003. All right. That was me.
Holy Christ. You men out there, some of you need to learn how to dress again,
Now, it could be that
pants and shit.
If those pants went down to his ankles, it actually looked pretty hot.
Yeah. I mean, I'd still like to see thicker legs, but whatever. You wouldn't know much.
I take that back. He's not holding. I thought he was holding an old school 35mm camera.
Well, he wasn't.
No, it looks like he's holding a PS Vita.
Yeah, but if you
it's a controller.
Yeah, see, there's one as well.
Oh, okay, so he does have both.
He has both.
And this, I guess, the black costume version.
It's the black costume. I like the black costume Peter better than I do like the black costume robot.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the articulation on these is crazy, but this is for the Japanese market. And people that are really into their Japanese robots. The Chigokins and...
Or really into Spider-Man.
Even if you're really, really into Spider-Man, this has got to cost $200 or more.
Whoa. It's more, dude. This thing is north of $300.
Okay. Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's $335 on BBTS.
And then when they sell two of them, they'll realize they fucked up.
No, that's the market for these things, man. That's the Japanese robot market is crazier than the Transformer stuff, and there are a lot of fans here in the States who pay for that. I mean, they reviewed these 1,000 Collection DX on YouTube. They've reviewed these insanely expensive $1,000 figures. $500 figures. I mean, they're not even these robots, all right? And the articulation and the work on them, they're 12 inches tall or bigger. These guys love it.
I got to tell you, I'm reading the specs now on this, and Bill, this will more explain the price. So the Parker figure itself is 10 inches tall with 32 points of articulation.
Whoa.
The robot is 15 inches tall with 34 points of articulation, with fully posable finger joints, and it has LED illuminated eyes. So I can see why this is running when it's running.
I can see that, but seriously, if it's gonna cost that much and it's that big, they could have given them thicker legs.
For sure.
And on top of that, the camera itself has a flash, a light meter, a dust blower, and 4 interchangeable lenses.
That's
wow.
Cool.
This is insane. Like I'm just looking at the specs on this, and
yeah, stop looking. Stop looking, because you're gonna get tempted.
Yeah, no.
Oh no! This isn't on my taste at all, so I definitely won't buy it. But
what's next?
All right. Jumping around here a little bit, but I just wanted to show that we talked about this before. The fact that a third-party company came out with a Krang. Well, all right, but these are official. Okay, now this is a company called DreamX, but they're licensing this officially from Nickelodeon.
Didn't we do these last week during San Diego?
Not that Casey Jones.
Casey Jones, I thought we did.
We briefly saw one image of Casey Jones. It was the Krang that was brand new.
All right, well, that Casey Jones, I don't remember seeing him in this glory. This thing is gorgeous. All right, the Shredder is still great, but I still like the. I would say that my least favorite is the Krang.
Yeah.
The Krang is my least favorite. It's not as good. I mean, it depends on the height. This is probably bigger than that third-party one. But they're killing it with this line. The turtle stuff. I don't know how you could be a turtle fan and keep up. I could not be a turtle fan, and I am a turtle fan, and I've got a whole bunch of turtle stuff. But this is just, look at that pizza pie, half-eaten pizza pie.
Yeah. There's a lot of turtle stuff here. This is amazing.
These turtles are they're a combination of toy. They're toy accurate. Original cartoon accurate, and they're buff and they look mad modern. They look realistic. I don't know how, all right, I'm gonna move on because this is too much.
Yes.
And it is too much. You know what? I can't look at that. All right. This one here is
back in 3 hours.
This was 2 weeks ago. Okay. I'm gonna flip through this very quickly because there are a few of them that we want to bring up. There's some that we've already spoken about. All right, and some of these. If we talk about every single one, so I'm just gonna say what it is and just to move on. Anybody out there who still loved and is still interested in getting Transformers, the animated series figures that were never produced, well, the Constructicons are being produced, and these were 2 very stereotypical Italian construction workers. All right, and they transform. And this is them with the leader, and it looks like they're for the leader class because that's the leader class bulkhead, and they fit right with them. It looks no pictures of them yet, but the sculpting on them is amazing. DNA, this is like the umpteenth company to do a Combiner Wars Devastator set, and of course, like every set that comes out, it always has this one thing that's better than the last one. But do you really want to spend the $60, $78 to get a whole new things just for a few pieces here and there? It's killer. The shoulders connect a lot more naturally. It doesn't look. The shoulders look like they're in a more natural position on the body itself, whereas all the other ones, the shoulder connection basically sits like at his head level or above. But whatever, you pose them and it's not such a big deal. All right, and it's got super articulated hands, which always happens. All right, this is an interesting bludgeon, but based on what, I don't know. So this is by DNA.
Pretty sweet though.
It is very sweet, by DNA Designs, and it's Masterpiece Seeker level, Masterpiece Seeker scale and height. It looks really cool. I mean, they did a lot of great things on. They did a lot of great sculpting on it, but not sure how necessary it is. And this is an image of it digibashed. Somebody went in there and colored it on their computer. It's not bad. It's not bad, but considering everything else that's coming, it's too much.
Yeah.
More upgrade kits from Weasel Boss. All right, this is the one to make the force fields with your Generations Trailbreaker. The one
that's
from a couple
very
years
impressive.
ago. Yeah, that is cool. That is cool. But there's something like this, I would guess, will cost about $25, $30. You get a new heads that look nice, and you get hands that splay out like that. So I do like how thicker the hands are. And hey, look, you can see his old hands in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope if the hands have articulation, this set is worth it. If not, then it's just. I mean, it's, you know, sometimes all of us we usually just use it as display.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a cool set to upgrade the Generations Nightbeat. That basically that was a straight repaint of the Generations Bumblebee. And this one, it upgrades it so that it kind of looks. It's still not a headmaster, but it does look kind of cool. You see, you get a new head, you get the suitcase, you get the chest piece, and so it is cool, but it's asking for a lot. Weapons for your fembots, and these are for the weapons for the fembots from last year's con set, San Diego Comic Con set. My bad. All right, so it's cool. And you can use it for all the fembots that came at the end of the Generations line before they went to Titan Wars. All right, everybody and their mother is doing this I really, really like. Everybody and their mother is doing these. This is an upgrade kit for Optimus Prime, okay, from Beelzebub for the Combiner Wars. It makes it look a lot more G1. But at the amount of money you're spending on this, the original figure, and then now $60 for this upgrade kit for the new head, for the arms, and you know this thing on the top, the wind bane, and the smokestacks. You might as well buy. There are a lot of other third-party ones at the same scale that you can buy.
Yeah, easily.
Easily. But if you're committed to this, and these are the other colors, and they have the same upgrade set for the White Optimus Prime and the Nemesis Prime that was released. I think it was from Takara. At least it was Takara or eHobby. Okay, and just because we didn't have enough Combiner War upgrades for Megatron, he is at least the third or the fourth one. All right, they're still working on it, so that we don't know exactly what's going to look like. And this is the same exact Optimus Prime upgrade kit that I just showed you, but now they're also going to have another upgrade kit for the upgrade kit with new hands and feet, and the battle axe. So basically, buy a third-party diecast. Buy a third-party when it's got diecast.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, you know, it's cool, and a degenerate like me would get stuff like that. If you're really into Optimus Prime, and it's like, oh, I can't leave my Combiner Wars bare like this. All right, and I guess they're gonna have a IDW Nemesis Prime, Nova Prime upgrade kit. This looks kind of cool. All right, he even has the sword with a matrix inside it. All right, it's got the wings. So I think this is more worthwhile because this gives you a new character, a new figure. All right, look at that with the wing splayed. So it's nice, and there it is in.
That's sleek.
Yeah, look, it completely changes the alt mode. So this one I think is of all of them, but then you have to go buy the white one.
Yeah.
You can get one.
Indeed.
All right, I'm not gonna go over Sun Surge because that's old. I'm not gonna go over the Bad Cube Old Timer series because that's very old. All right. Looks like they're doing. I don't know. I'm not. Oh yes. Oh, maybe it's not old. So basically, this is Gears and what was Gears in '86, Alan?
What was he in '86?
Yeah, when they remolded him white and red. What was he? What's his name?
Oh. Gears. Oh shoot! You know what, man? I can't remember his name.
Okay, these aren't old. No, the old one was the Brawn. These are great. These are really cool. But I hear. The transformation is finicky with panels, and sometimes they have problems with their quality. But these are cool. The engineering gets to be a little overcomplicated. I think that's what I want to say. But if you're into this, they're worth it. Perfect Effects just is going to continue making these obscene upgrades. They have an upgraded cannon for your Titan Wars, Titan Returns, Fortress Maximus. So it's kind of cool, and it's a huge beast.
Yeah, that's massive.
Right. And they're doing a die-cast 18-inch sword.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
So now, if you get the SDCC one, you still have to get a die-cast sword.
Exactly. Even if you get the SDCC, or I think the Takara version is going to have a sword.
Oh yes, I hope so.
Okay. Now, just because there just aren't enough upgrade things out there, Takara has started releasing a new Diaclone line of robots based on robots that Hasbro didn't bring over. Okay, that split apart, transform, but they split apart into multiple vehicles, and they come with these itty bitty under an inch figures. So Perfect Effect is making new body casings to put these things on. All right, new robots smaller robots that they could fit in. These things are cute and awesome as hell, but again, not tiny, not going to be cheap. This we've seen pictures for before. This
boy, this I want.
This is that Beast Wars, Beast Machines Optimus Prime, and for some reason, even though there's pictures of it, there are actual pictures of the prototype. These are like the blueprint pictures. There it is.
You go. I want this badly.
I want this too. I have the original. I have the original, and I got to get this one. This is awesome. And while I'm not a big Beast Wars fan, and I hate Rat Trap, I do not like rats. I don't want him as a toy. Okay, and he does not transform into a cool robot, but he looks great next to the Generations Rhinox.
Yeah.
All right, and I didn't see that cartoon, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is a slightly accurate scaling. Optimus Prime be that much bigger.
It is actually, yeah. I've seen the Beast Wars cartoon from start to finish, and that definitely is accurate scaling. That figure's just going to be absolutely gorgeous.
And look at this. It's standing in front of MP10, Optimus Prime, the MP10. Okay, and he's slightly bigger. So this guy's over 10 inches.
Yep. And again, that looked accurate too compared to the Beast Wars cartoon.
Awesome. So these molds, these molds are very weird looking. They literally look like it's an ape laying down or whatever, but it is accurate to the cartoon and the toy. I don't know. I've heard people complain about this ape face. I love it.
The ape face is a little cartoony, but
yes.
Not cartoony as in the cartoon. Cartoony is in cartoony. It looks very Hanna-Barbera. It
looks like it was from an animated cartoon, not a computer, not the CGI that they use. I like it. I really do. Since I don't have any allegiance to that cartoon, I never really saw it.
Oh my God, you have to do something about that, man, because Beast Wars was one of the greatest Transformers series ever.
No, you're right. Oh my God. So this thing to the top of the shoulders, this thing is easily 11 plus inches.
Yeah.
I mean, it is bigger than MP10. This thing is going to be an impressive beast.
I can't wait for this to come out.
Yeah, that is going to be really nice. And look at that Optimus Prime head. That is gorgeous. That's the only time that I'll accept lips on Optimus Prime.
Yeah, he had the lips in the series. It worked out okay. It's dead on to me. So yeah, I'm all in when that thing comes out.
The DX9 Blitzwing looks really, really good. And I'll tell you, DX9, they've got the best boxes in the business, the best box art. But I'm gonna wait and try to see what the other companies like Fans Toys, and Maki Toys, what they provide. But I think this one seems to be a winner. I'm not crazy about the transformation into tank mode. Okay, now this is something I wanted to talk to you about because now we're getting quite a few Megatrons. Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about this.
I'm not too crazy about this DX9 Megatron, and I'm going to tell you why. And it comes down to one word: boxy.
Yeah.
This guy is too boxy. He's not bad. Don't get me wrong. If this was the only one out there, this works. But I find him that, particularly in robot form, he looks too kitty toy-like.
Yeah, he does.
And the thing about he doesn't look cartoon, and that's why I still love my Polyon by X-Transbots. Yes, the transformation is pretty much shit, and I haven't even attempted it. But in robot form, it looks glorious. It looks like it looks like it came out of a cartoon. It's really sleek and slick. All right, this is from their Legends line, the 3-inch plus figures. This is the RC. I think it should be out now. It's on eBay and I think it's out in some places. I see a problem that she comes with a stand, and if she can't stand on her own, that's kind of whack.
Yeah.
She looks great. All right, I think I'm not crazy about the chest. And I'll be honest with you, this is the first DX9 2-pack I'm not too crazy about. This cup, she's packaged. She being RC is packaged with Cup, and Cup looks all right. He looks pretty good in robot form. He's a little thick, but he's way too thick in alternate form.
Yeah, alternate form.
But it's not bad. It's not bad. You know, can't complain. And I love the box. That G1S box is awesome. Okay. And
I don't like alternate form.
You don't like the alternate form either?
No.
Okay, we agree on something. This guy here, this is the Sandstorm by Unique Toys, is a major miss. And then when I saw the alternate forms and the transformations, ugh. Now, this guys is a friggin', now they're killing me. This is a 3-inch legend size headmaster.
Oh wow.
Based on Weird Wolf. This is weird. They're Weird Wolf. Okay. 3-inch. This is a Legends line. Look at that little headmaster. How adorable!
That is cute, actually.
It's a little baby headmaster. Look at that diaper crotch he has.
That's
no articulation, but it's got to be like just over half an inch.
Yeah.
Because this is part of their 3 to 4 inch line, and they have a chrome dome. I want this. I like collecting the little guys, and these guys, look, and Alan, they simulate the tech spec meter.
That's pretty cool. That's always good.
I'm pretty sure it's just sculpted in, but they look nice. And what I love about these by DXI, and the thing that they do great is that they give them ball joints everywhere, so they don't cheapen out like Hasbro. Even though they're 3-4 inches, they have incredible articulation. All right, moving on to Planet X. Planet X is recoloring their FOC Fall of Cybertron Grimlock to some Fire Blaster Grimlock. I don't know what the history behind the Fire Blaster. It might come from animated. It might come from somewhere else. It looks cool, but I don't even have the regular one. And this is a great figure.
Yeah, I don't know what this is from, but it's pretty cool.
Oh, this is from the design itself is from the video game Fall of Cybertron. So they have a regular in Grimlock colors.
Oh, right. I mean the red variant, though.
Yeah, the red variant. They've done this. This is not the first time. Hasbro did the red variant of their Fall of Cybertron Grimlock that was released only in Japan, or I should say Asia. But it's cool. It's just I don't even have the regular one. I'm not gonna get that. This is the Planet X Fall of Cybertron. Oh, help me here.
Is that Perceptor?
Perceptor, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew that over you. Holy shit.
I have so much information that I count on you knowing the 2 or 3 little things you do.
There you go. Tell that to the rest of the people listening.
Folks, he likes to make believe that he doesn't know anything. That he's just this, he's a Jersey bumpkin. He's a lot smarter. He's a lot smarter than he puts on.
Whoa, there's nothing bumpkin about Jersey unless you're really South Jersey. Then you start to feel like you're in fucking Alabama. It's actually beautiful South Jersey. It is.
It is. It's just the northern Jersey that we think is a dump, but it's really South Jersey is gorgeous.
Actually,
but anyway,
North Central and Northwest is very beautiful.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it.
You're thinking the side that borders New York. That's the ugly part, because
but that's the only part that matters. That's the only part that matters.
A lot of you guys coming over,
That's the only part that matters. That's where we store. That's where we store our shipping containers. That's where our docks are.
That's where you store all your trash, right?
Exactly. Now this Perceptor is bad. I don't know how big he's going to be. I'm going to guess about 5 inches. So there's going to be more, the chug scale. Okay, classics, Henkei, Universe, Generations from the past years, But this is a gorgeous figure. All right, look how he can hold that sniper rifle.
That's cool.
That is pretty cool. I never would consider Perceptor having a sniper rifle, but it looks good.
Well, Perceptor, see, you've missed out. Perceptor is the sniper rifle guy in the video games, and that came from IDW.
Is that Grimlock trying to eat him on the ground?
That's what it looks like. I was like, okay, what is going on here? Somebody's eating somebody. I don't know. But this is kind of cool with the shield. That's their Grimlock. That's the Grimlock that we just saw, but in G1 colors.
Right.
And he turns into this tank, which is somewhat accurate to his to the original Transformer that turned into a microscope and a tank mode. And this tank mode and this Cybertronian-esque tank mode makes a whole bunch of sense. Really like this figure. And all those wheels, and they look like all the wheels are individual ball joints. You see how they move up and down?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, that can be annoying if you want it to roll straight, but it is kind of cool. All right, now what they're doing, which they're taking the full Cybertron Optimus Prime, produced by Hasbro. That was really small. It was barely 4 or 5 inches, and they're making it bigger, but the proportions on this do not look good. I don't like it. I don't like the horns on his head. I don't know how accurate this is to the video game, but they should have spruced it up a little bit more.
Yeah,
they really should have. Look how beautiful that Grimlock is. And I like the Hasbro one. This Planet X FOC Grimlock is gorgeous. All right, that alt mode on the Optimus Prime is pretty good. Don't like the robot mode. This is a must-get. And
who is that?
This is Starscream. Remember those crappy Generation Fall Cybertron scrap? This is bigger. No hollow chest. This look. He actually comes with guns that mount on his forearms like his original cannons, or not cannons? What were they called?
Particle beam blasts.
Blasters, yes, the particle beam blasters. This guy that's a beast. This is a beast. They did a great job. Like all the tooling went with this, and Optimus Prime hardly got any. Okay, this right here, folks. They only have conceptual pictures of it. Thank God. I hope this comes out in 20 years. The first product by Planet X was Genesis, which was the Fall of Cybertron video game version of Omega Supreme, a $300 to $400 toy. Amazing piece. Well, I guess in the game, another major character in the game was Trypticon, and folks, this is the Trypticon. This is going to be oversized. This will again be $400 easily or more. Okay, and like our Omega Supreme Genesis. Okay, is a triple changer. Genesis turned into kind of like the rocket base, but without the tracks. But it also turned into a spaceship. This is the spaceship mode for Trypticon, and it's got that Romulan it's got that Romulan bird of prey look, man. That is sick. I imagine that's probably his tail that splits open like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this thing is a beast, and this is just the plane mode, or actually you can't call this a plane, it's a spaceship. In this mode, I wouldn't be surprised if it's over 24 inches long. All right, about 18 inches or so wide. Look, and it's got different transformations because somewhere those wing pieces disappeared, the tail pieces disappeared. To give it a more sleek look. Okay, I don't know what this is. This looks like the arms. Maybe they're taking pictures of parts of it. Oh, this is the tail. The tail may be detachable. Yep. The tail's detachable. With the tail, it looks like the hind legs. Okay, look at this thing in robot form. This is
the art's a bit muddy. It's hard to tell. Oh, okay. I think I can see his head.
It is muddy. What they did with this was it's no longer a Tyrannosaurus Rex. It no longer has the itty bitty arms. It's got beefy, huge arms. Okay, so it's more human in form, but that tail is look how thick that tail is.
Is it me or is the head though very tiny?
The head is tiny compared to those huge arms, but the head is going to be smaller on this. It looks like than your typical Trypticon that has a huge head.
Yeah.
All right, we need to see more pictures of it, but this is going to be and their first one for Omega Supreme was called Genesis. The name of this one?
I don't know.
If Genesis in the Old Testament, what happens at the end of the New Testament?
I don't believe in that shit, so tell me.
You don't have to believe in it. It's their stories are written. I'm not asking you to believe in it.
Oh,
I'm asking.
Shit, I don't know.
Apocalypse.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
This is Apocalypse, and look, and it even has a tower. This is the city mode. All right, so we need to see more images. More images that coming up. Iron Factory is also doing or War for Cybertron, but from the Dreamwave comics, I think.
There's too much. It's all too much.
3 3/4 inch. Yes, there's easily about $50,000 or more worth of
Jesus.
of combiners here. I don't know who this guy is.
I don't know. He's some gray dude.
Okay. Oh,
Dude,
wait a minute.
Another Optimus Prime?
Yes, it is. This to me looks like a. You know what? I don't know who it is, and they didn't label it, so we need to move on. Another Optimus Prime that you can now get into the God Ginrai.
He looks awful.
Okay. I think it looks cool. All right. This is Iron Factory, so this is going to be a 4 to 5 inch figure. This is really cool. He's got the wings and the guns. This is the Powermaster Prime with the Apex armor on.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I like that a lot. All right. And this is their. Oh wow, this is going to be huge. This might be closer to 6 inches. 5 inches, because that Ultra Magnus is 4 and Wingblade was 3. Iron Factory, and the one that I really like, the RC that I like, is not so much the DX. It's this really cute Iron Factory one. Look at how petite and how feminine she looks sitting there like that, like a geisha.
They both look like little geishas there, yeah.
Yes, they do, her and Wingblade. I love that they gave her the big eyes. She actually has a torso chest and big feet so that she can stand on their own.
You know what that means.
You know what that means.
Hopefully not.
I don't know. I'm overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed by the sheer amount.
Oh, we're not done yet. I know we're not done yet. I got to move through this quickly because, oh my God. Okay, Iron Factory again, the same size as that last Iron Factory Optimus Prime, God Ginrai. They're doing a Scorponok, and this Scorponok is gorgeous, but again for that 4 or 5 inch scale. All right, look at him holding. Look at the Scorponok holding the Iron Factory's RC.
You don't have to give it to me. I'm taking it. That's what he's doing right there.
Exactly. Exactly. This thing is this one I think is way better than the Optimus Prime. They really blew out their budget on the sculpting on this Scorponok. If you're a Scorponok fan, you have to get this. This thing is
cool.
thing is beautiful. Even the clumsy city form is awesome. All right. And here we have 6 shot. Oh my God, they're doing a 4 to 5 inch 6 shot. So he's going to have 6 transformations at minimum. I mean, well, at maximum, really.
Yeah, I was going to say, otherwise he's going to be 7 or 8 shot or 9 shot.
Exactly. Now we got this. The Iron Factories is going crazy with these little guys. All right.
Dude, there's more? Oh.
Fans Toys is the main event, I think.
Fans Toys is the main event.
Look at that Grimlock.
The Fans Toys Grimlock is the real deal. What I didn't like about all the other Masterpiece-esque Grimlocks that I've seen out in the market is that they all have these scrawny lower legs and calves.
Yeah.
Grimlock's got to have the big boots. Okay, he's got to have the big calves, and that's what I like about this. It's meaty, it's chunky. Look how big those arms are. Accurate wings. All right, with the hands in the back. This guy is money. And look at that transformation mode.
Jeez.
I mean, look at that alternate mode. I mean, that is a great Grimlock.
Fans Toys to me is the main eventer, I think, of third party right now.
And if you, I can't confirm this right now, but if you buy that, if you get that Grimlock, you get these upgraded heads for Fans Toys Dinobots that you already have that are better than the ones that they originally came with.
Oh boy.
All right, which I hate. I hate it when they do that. But at the same time, it is kind of nice because you're buying something new and they're throwing extra stuff.
Look at those pieces too. Look at the gun is exactly accurate. You got that freaking flaming sword, the crown.
Yeah, what I don't know is what are these gold bits?
I don't know what those are.
I like that you can take the lower face off, or the actual face off of the whole head and replace the expressions.
And Alan, because there isn't enough product out there. How about a Fans Toys triple changing, gorge? What looks like it's going to be amazing. Yeah. Okay.
Is that a Batmobile?
Springer.
It does look Batmobile. It's a little bit. That's just with Bill with triple changers. Almost inevitably, always you're going to have one form that's going to suffer, and this one, the one that suffers is the Batmobile. But then again, it's still cool. All right, the helicopter is G1 accurate, Okay, are pretty close to G1 accurate. The car's a little elongated, but it's not bad. It's still pretty close. I'd love to see it colored, and that robot form is priceless. All right, and here we go, Alan. This is what you were waiting for.
This guy's already pre-ordered.
This is so much better than the DX9 Tyrant.
Yeah.
This Galvatron by Fans Toys is gorgeous. I like the way that now he, instead of being barrel chested with a big stomach, they gave him the angles to give him a big chest so he looks beefy. They gave him those big arms. He's carrying the treads in the back of his arms, which is actually toy accurate.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's cartoon accurate, but it's toy accurate. The big legs. All right, and he's got the big and huge legs, actually. Those thighs are huge. The bottom of his legs are huge. Really like the way this guy came out. All right, pretty nice helmet. That is a stern-looking face sculpt underneath that helmet. All right, and man, Galvatron never had the prettiest alt form, but man, that is toy. That looks like the toy.
Yeah, I don't even know how an official masterpiece could top this.
Yeah. This thing is a beast. All right. And it looks like it comes with two cannons, a translucent one so you can light it up, so it can be lit up, and a regular and the orange one. And it comes
is that an alternate face?
Alternate face and a matrix with a chain attached to it so he can wear around his neck like in a cartoon movie. All right. Fans Toys Blitzwing. All right, I want to see what this Blitzwing is going to look like officially, because I don't see, but we've seen that before. Now, Fans Toys is also getting into Headmasters, so they're doing a Weird Wolf. All right, it's not bad looking, but I prefer the Mackey Toys Headmasters. I like the style and design. On this Weird Wolf, I don't like the head sculpt in wolf form.
Right.
All right. It's okay, but I'm not too crazy. I love the way they did the tail, though. Look how the tail is articulated, but when you put it, when it's in sword form, it looks like an actual sword, not a tail that you're using as a sword.
Right.
That aspect of it is cool.
Are you sure they're the same things? Because
yes. Look at that, and look at that. Look at the joints that break up the sword.
I don't think they're the same thing.
I think you're ignorant. No, actually, the reason why I think it is because in every other version of Weird Wolf has a G1, the new Hasbro one, the Fans Project one, the tail always ends up becoming his sword. And I see lines here. I don't know if you guys how it's coming well on you for you guys. Where the tail is articulated.
Yeah, but that tail won't seem thick enough, as thick as that sword, regardless.
Oh, because it's thick on one side and it comes to a point like a blade.
No.
So right here, what you're looking at is when you're looking at the wolf from the front, all right, and his tail is sticking up, you're just seeing the thick end of the tail dash sword. When he's in robot form and he's holding the sword like that with the blade out, you're seeing the thin end. And then it widens towards the back. And I see too many articulation points. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Wow.
If not, it'd be parts forming, and people would go nuts. Again, they upgraded. They're going to sell an upgraded head, and I don't know why his name is Lupus.
I know, what a horrible name.
Perceptor's Japanese. Perceptor's third party name is Lupus.
And what about that third-party Shockwave? Not third-party, that Takara Shockwave, whose name is Cancer. It's like, what?
Yeah. Well, it's those translations. Sometimes they don't work. Which is why Hound is called Detective.
Right.
I think Hound translates to something dirty in Chinese or Japanese. No, Japanese.
See, that doesn't look like his tail right there. I'm telling you.
It breaks apart in his tail. So okay, so you need to get Lupus, which is Lupus.
Bill, you don't want to get Lupus.
Mary has Lupus, so I understand.
Lupus is the name of Weird Wolf because Lupus has something to do with the Italian, the Latin scientific name. Yeah, that's what it is. So he comes with the new face for Perceptor. So if you got to get Lupus to get the head for the new faceplate for Perceptor. All right, and I'm telling you right now, that's the tail.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, listen, mark it down. what is this, an hour? Let me see what we're in here on this, because we have to time check this. We're about an hour and 2 hours in. All right.
Jesus. Yeah, there's a lot of.
Not,
all right.
This is
the end.
This is not his tale, I'm telling you. So we're gonna mark this so we could go back and you owe me something. I don't care what it is.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. But I think I think you'll be very foolhardy to make that.
Pick one goddamn thing from that cave of yours. One thing that I decide.
Okay, and one thing from your glass case.
Oh, Christ. Ooh.
Well, you know what? It's just as bad for me.
Yeah, nah, never mind. I don't have nearly as much shit as you. So.
Yes, but what you don't have in quantity, you have in value.
Hey,
I'm not going for the Creos.
Hey, I'll take the. I was just about to say, I'll take everything out of the case except my G.I. Joe Creo collection.
And the really big reveal, I would say, the biggest reveal that I was happy about, and a lot of people is that Fans Toys is finally going to make the Jetfire that we all deserve. Okay, this is going. It's already up for pre-order in Big Bad Toy Store. This is going to be Skyfire.
I was going to say I would consider this more Skyfire than Jetfire.
Some people still call it Jetfire because that's the name they like, and that's really. You could call them Jetfire, Skyfire, but really, but Alan is right. To be accurate, you call this Skyfire because this is based on the character named Skyfire in the G1 cartoon. And while it's not as accurate to the cartoon as the Deca toys, this is a beautiful build. It's close enough, and it is going to be a million times better quality-wise than the Deca toys. Even if this figure has issues out of the box and you got to get replacements, it'll still be better than the Deca toys.
Yeah.
All right. This is a gorgeous alt mode, and and what's great is that everybody that has Deca toys, very few people transform it because they break it breaks somewhere. Okay, so. Yeah. But this right here is going to be fun. That is gorgeous. The real question is going to be, did they engineer a Gerwalk mode where he could be he can have his arms and legs out but still be in plane mode?
Oh, that's right.
And this thing, if
from the comic,
from the comic. Oh, and that was because of the not the comic actually, Alan. That's from the Revoltech Bandai toy.
Well, he also did it in Transformers number 12, where he had the arms out so he could give the Matrix back to Optimus Prime. So maybe that was a homage to that.
Nah, not really. That's what's called in the comic book, and that's what's called in the game cheating. They did that every once in a while. They did that. They've done that in the cartoon too, where they just out of nowhere an arm will pop out.
Yeah.
Or a piece will pop out. It really is. If they do a full-on Gerwalk, it's because of the original Jetfire toy.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
That's where that's important. And look how big this beast is. They have a prototype standing next to MP10, and it's a full 5 inches bigger.
Yeah.
This thing is going to be a beast. It might be a little too big.
That's about correct. He was really tall in the cartoon.
He seems to be twice the size, or close to twice the size of the Masterpiece Starscream.
Yeah.
So that is very, very cool. And that's basically it for the new stuff. Everything else, all right. Everything else is pretty much.
No, well done. That was a good marathon, and yeah, this was up a couple weeks ago, but. We weren't able to get to it, so I'm glad you're able to go through. I thought it was really important. There's a lot of, again, this goes back to our conversation last week and the week before. There is a lot going on right now in the world of third-party Transformers.
Okay. This is completely optional. I'm sorry to interrupt. There are way more pictures of that Unicron you saw, Bill, last February. Are you interested in seeing some of these pictures quickly?
Yeah, mine as well.
All right. This is going to be the third party. This is the third party Unicron. I think the company's called Create Everything. I don't know. They have all these weird names. All right, Gangs of Devil. That's who they are. Gangs of Devil.
Sounds like a group that hangs out the tattoo parlor outside.
GOD. Okay. All right, Galaxy Demolisher. I think he looks cool. Chris isn't too crazy about this. Chris Derritt, he says there's a lot of things that are inaccurate about this, the way it's built. But I want to see what it looks like with the colors. When
The head's too tiny.
I find it proportional. Maybe it should be
Really?
bigger, but I find it proportional. Okay.
He looks like he's got a really itty bitty head there.
No, it doesn't, and I don't think it looks itty bitty. I think it looks rather proportional. Now, for some reason, oh, this one's a closer look. The mouth opens. Look at that. So it can go into Bill Angry mode.
Should come with a little Snickers.
It's got ton. I like the lights, the light stuff. I hope by adding the lights, it doesn't take away from the transformation.
We need to get in touch with this gang of devils, and we need to discuss a TPE exclusive transforming Snickers bar.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that is a gorgeous. This is the first pure spherical Unicron alt mode.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and if it lights, I hope it lights up. I hope it lights up where it connects. It probably doesn't at this joint here. So in 2 of the 4 places where the outer ring connects, probably because it's a connected joint, it's on a hinge. It probably doesn't light up there, but I hope it lights up where the mouth is supposed to be. All right, this is very pretty. All right, look, it has pincers, and look how much bigger it is to the Cybertron Primus, Alan.
Yeah.
I mean, Cybertron Primus almost ends up being like a moon.
Yeah,
all right,
that's true, actually.
It's got pincer arms. One's a drill and the other one's a pincer. Okay. It's got mandibles. Why, I don't know. Okay, and it comes with a little friggin' moon.
It should have come with 2.
It should come with 2, but it comes with 1 moon, and this right here is the this right here is Primus from the Cybertron line from 10 years back. All right, and for whatever reason, that moon that this Unicron comes with turns into a camera, a blaster. Oh, that might be his weapon. That might be his weapon. That's what it is, because it's not a camera.
You sure it doesn't go and scope out other worlds for him to eat?
You know what? That's a good point. That's a good point.
Ooh.
And these are the 2. Now this is the I think the 25th anniversary Unicron, the Hasbro version. All right, next to this new Galaxy Demolisher. All right, the head is smaller than the head on the Demolisher is smaller than the head on the Unicron, on the Hasbro Unicron, but the Hasbro Unicron looks very cartoonish, very simple. All right, even though it's got great sculpting and everything on it.
But that's the idea, I think.
Yeah. Especially when it came out, it was an Energon toy. All right, so I think this might be a winner. Oh yes, there it is. It's a gun. The moon turns into a gun. And look, this thing is gonna look great at your window on Halloween.
I think a scout camera would have been a better idea.
Oh, you could always, but that's what imagination is for.
That is true.
All right, that's what your imagination is for.
Guns filed on you, brother.
All right, and just a quick recap on new figures shown at the Cybertron Con in Asia. Okay, they're finally gonna finish the Legends Insecticon, so we're gonna get kickback. All right. So that's actually very cool. We're gonna get. I mean, Hasbro's really doing a great job here. Hasbro has molded a new 6-shot,
and it comes with human legs.
It comes with human legs and an Asian torso. I hope this is just a prototype because I don't like that. I don't like this bone colored. This like I don't know light. This really eggshell colored white.
Probably a test shot of some sort.
Yeah, it's probably a test shot, but it has all 6 molds. Okay, I mean molds, alternate forms. You know what? You see what this is here? No, I said molds, not mode. That's why I was like, oh. You see, Hasbro is calling this the submarine. He never had a submarine mode. You take this and flip it upside down. It's the gun mode.
It's the gun. Yeah, exactly.
They're giving us the gun mode, but just so they play it safe. Flipped it upside down. It's now the submarine mode.
Yeah, because God forbid a kid takes that in the streets and tries to pretend shooting somebody. Oh yeah, they're gonna think that's a real thing.
God forbid somebody African American takes it out in a bad mood. It's not gonna end well. But at least they put two you get the cockpits from the vehicle form, so you can actually use it as I mean, they could have come up with something better than submarine.
Yeah.
You put the wings down, it could be a jet. This is crazy here.
What is that?
This is the tank mode. Look how the legs fold up on top.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All right. The problem is that it's difficult to see because they've got another one. They've got 6 of them on here or more.
Yeah.
All right. So it's difficult to see, but it is. They did a great job with the transformation on this thing, and it's a headmaster. But this is wait for Takara. This is a wait for Takara.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. And they're going to release more of those little headmaster packs with the little vehicle. You got, I mean, the one here that's called Petro, that's obviously supposed to be Swoop. Okay, and this one here I think is supposed to be Fangry. All right, this is an amazing hot rod. A deluxe headmaster hot rod, and this is better than the classics.
I don't know. I'm not feeling this one at all.
Oh, I am totally feeling it. The classics one, the classics one had a lot of issues.
Oh, it did. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know if this. I like the car mode of this much better than the robot.
Oh, the robot. I think what you see here is that his arms are a bit long. The arms, but this, I do like the robot form. I love those. I love the legs, the chest, and the spoiler isn't as pronounced, but it's there. All right, and welcome to your Blitzwing, but instead of releasing Octane, your triple changer Octane, but instead of releasing Octane first, they're releasing a version of the Laser Prime.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting already another Leader Prime, okay, that transforms into a tanker trailer, and the jet. The jet mode is horrendous.
Yeah.
I hope they fix it. I hope they fix that jet mode for what you might call it, for Octane. The robot mode though is kind of nice. It is a nice homage to that G2 Optimus Prime. This Bumblebee has a really nice G1 head, so this Bumblebee might be a winner. And I think that's pretty much it. This is just the same pictures. This box set we've seen before. It's going to be the titanium the titanium version of Hot Rod with the Generations version of Galvatron. This thing will be clearanced on Amazon in about 3 weeks. Nobody's buying that.
I wish that was the case for the movie set whenever that comes out, but I doubt it.
No, the movie set's the problem. Even bigger problem. Not only is it the better one, it's a Target exclusive.
Yeah.
So I mean, sometimes they come out on Amazon, but no Amazon, no break in price. See, that is a nice. The head is a little wacky.
Yeah.
I gotta say, the head is really wacky. It looks like it's an Optimus Prime head inside of an Optimus Prime helmet that only has the antenna. Wacky as hell. I don't know about this one. The Megatron looks really nice.
Yeah.
They did a good job. I like the jet mode. I like the tank mode. This is definitely going to be Blitzwing. All right, so I think that's it. He goes, I am done. Oh, we're going to get a Triptychon and the Titans Returns.
Yep, I was going to say that's the first image of Titans Returns Triptychon. This was, if everybody remembers, this is the fan-voted figure.
This is the fan-voted figure for the Titan Returns line. We'll probably see this. We won't see this before Toy Fair next year. And
no,
this
probably not.
This is going to be like this year's Fort Max. This will also have this will also be the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
Absolutely.
All right, so that's that.
Good job, Pedro. There was a lot of good stuff there.
Absolutely, tootly.
So, Bill. Do you want to talk a bit Storm Collectibles?
Yeah, we might as well talk about them. And let's see. I'm sorry, I'm behind here. Here we go.
Woo!
Muhammad Ali.
Sting like a butterfly and fly like a bee.
Now, Storm Collectibles, like we mentioned them a little earlier, talking not Sideshow. What's the other one?
Hot Toys.
Hot Toys, right? They don't show the joints. So That's what I like about them, they have the same posability. Now, this is obviously actually Cassius Clay himself, or Muhammad Ali, but they're going to be releasing a Muhammad Ali figure, so I can't wait to see the actual figure itself. Last year we saw the Mike Tyson, which was awesome. They did amateur Olympic Mike Tyson as well as I believe
a professional, yeah.
Professional when he had won the title. So
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. That face sculpt is amazing. The head sculpt and the face is just dead on.
No, that's really him, dude. That's not the.
Okay.
But they do look pretty crazy. That's really a picture of him, I believe, because you could see the guys in the background there.
You think they superimposed a picture of a face on the figure? Oh no, that's him.
No, that's him, like him.
Wait a minute. That's a real picture. So, that's false advertising. Oh my God! I thought I have to get this figure. It looks so lifelike.
It does, right?
Because it is lifelike. That's actually him.
Scary.
Now, Storm Collectibles does an awesome job, and here's the Bruce Lee. I mean, you could see it right there. No joints, but it's fully articulated.
That is awesome. The only thing is that how I'm curious as how the joints work. When you move the joints, can he get a full? Does he have a full 2 points of articulation on his elbows so that his upper arm and lower arm can touch? Or is he limited in range because of the inner joints?
That I'm not sure. I never held one in my hand, although I'd like to grab a Mike Tyson. But the Bruce Lee's kind of creeping me out.
Yeah, I wish he was. Yeah, it'd be nice if he was wearing clothing.
I mean, the head is amazing. I mean, it's
the Speedo, but him just in the Speedo and the gloves.
Yeah.
You got to be a real fan. I mean.
The veins and shit. It's kind of.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, so that's it, man.
From the good olds, guys.
Those hands look a little big with the gloves. It could just be the image because it's closer, but and he was a very skinny guy like this, so it's pretty accurate as well. But the head is on point. Man.
And the musculature is on point. It's sick.
Yeah, he's very lean, ripped dude. But right there, man, one of the first guys that was big into mixing the martial arts all together. What a lot of people would consider the modern mixed martial artist. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty... I'm sorry I'm being a little dull here, but, I mean, not much... Oh, okay, so, you know what, man? This is a statue. I thought this was a figure. This is just a statue.
Oh, because it says premium figure.
Yeah.
That's a good point, yep.
Yeah, so this is just a statue of him. So, but who knows, man? Even saying statue could be...
It might be a statue with some... It might have actual limited articulation, not as much as a Hot Toys, to keep that realism in the sculpt, but you might be able to change certain things about his poses.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you got him. You have the Muhammad Ali's coming out. We'll probably see Muhammad Ali at New York Comic Con. That's probably where they'll have him with whatever else they're working on. So I'll definitely try to get some pictures while I'm there. Because I was pretty impressed with their stuff last year. It was the first time I learned about Storm Collectibles, and I believe this stuff sells out pretty quick as well. So
I wouldn't be surprised.
And
considering the price point, demand, and popularity.
Yeah. So then we'll move on to the 3-0 Game of Thrones Sandor Clegane, the Hound. So. They're gonna. This is the same company that did the Jon Snow, and what was there another one, or was it just Jon Snow?
There was a Tyrion.
Was there?
Yeah, but the Tyrion was more limited.
Okay.
I thought they might have also done the Hand.
Oh, and yes, I'm sorry, Jaime Lannister as well.
Okay, that's right. Those are the two that we talked about. Now this is just like a preview pick. I mean, there's no singular pictures. So basically, I mean, if that's the figure, I mean, it looks badass. But it could just be it could be a picture of him himself.
No, when they show those samples, it's usually a sample of the figure.
Well, I mean, if so, I mean that fucking figure is insane, just off the head sculpt.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a figure. That's not. It's either a figure or a wax statue from Madame, whatever her name is.
Madame Tussauds.
Tucson. That is definitely the figure, man.
So yeah, I mean, being big Game of Thrones fans, I mean, the price point depending on what you're into, and what the price points end up being. But I thought the Jon Snow was awesome. I did like Jaime Lannister, and just looking at this picture, if this is just a promo picture or not, regardless, it looks amazing. If it isn't just like some random promo picture of the actor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's not much here for us to look at. But if you've seen the Jon Snow and you've seen the Lannister, you'll know that this line is pretty impressive. And as lines go, they're probably going to get more and more impressive. So
yeah,
I probably would have preferred Jon Snow being like their 8th or 9th figure because they always get better, and that's probably the character I would buy over all of them. So.
Oh, that's a good point. A lot of people complain that they have to wait forever for their best character or their favorite character, but you're right. You get a better product.
Right. So I mean, yeah, you wait, but now you got a character like Jon Snow's number 1, Sandor Clegane's number 3, who I love in the show. I mean, now they might get better. You might be at the 8th figure and go, holy shit, man! I wish that the Jon Snow had this or Clegane had.
If they're smart, they'll do Jon Snow post.
Right.
Yeah, post. King
like
Snow. King Snow. They'll make a King Snow.
Yeah. The White Wolf, right?
Hell's yeah! They should make one. Oh my God! They should make a Jon Snow that transforms into a wolf.
Easy. All right, calm down. We're coming off all that Transformer talk. So that's it. Those are the quick 3 that I had here. And we'll see what else 3-0 comes up with, because I would think I don't remember Tyrion, guys. I mean, Tyrion would be an awesome.
Yeah, it was. I believe it was a limited edition, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I only remember the one. I only remember what Bill remembers. I don't remember seeing a Tyrion.
Yeah, I don't remember Tyrion. You might.
Alan. Why would Alan lie? Why would Alan lie to us?
No, misremembering maybe.
I could be misremembering, or honestly, I could be thinking of another company that may have had the license to put out a limited Tyrion figure. That's possible too.
Doing a Tyrion would be awesome. I'd like a Ned Stark. That'd be cool. Even though he's only 1 season, but we'll see what they do with this line. We'll see how far.
It's the greatest 1 season anyone's ever had.
Yep, it is. Sean Bean, right?
Sean Bean. Has anybody seen his series Legend? Is that any good?
I haven't seen it.
On USA?
I have not seen it.
You put a show on USA, and it's not going to get the traction of HBO or even AMC.
Yeah, I'm watching Queen of the South right now on USA. I never watched TV shows on USA, but I got into that.
How was that?
Pretty good, man. So far, pretty good. I'm like, I'm jonesing to see what's going to happen next. I just watched the last episode today. I was behind.
How did she become queen?
That's what I'm worried about right now. I'm curious,
Ah. Wait a minute, Queen of the South. Wait a minute, it's one of those queens.
No.
No?
It has to do with cartels in Mexico.
In Mexico.
But, yeah, so, all right, that's all I got, man. I mean, that's all I really wanted to show here. Nothing too crazy. There wasn't too much, too many images to show yet, but they'll be coming soon on these, I'm sure, especially by New York Comic Con. So we got
absolutely.
All right.
All right.
What else we got? What else?
Well, we got one piece of comic news that I thought was interesting to bring up. I do have an image of it, so let me go see if I could share. And if you could have me present.
Am I still sharing?
You're still presenting. I was trying to very kindly
invite everybody to say that.
Oh, because I have my third up. I don't have my third thing up. All right, you're sharing now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I want people to be able to see me.
So there's going to be a He-Man Thundercats miniseries from DC in October. There is one preview image so far, which is pretty nice.
That's not bad at all. Wow.
Pretty sweet.
Oh, whoa. That fucking nipple on He-Man, though.
Yeah.
Could have hit that.
It almost looks like an eye.
What do you mean could have hit that? No, He-Man needs the nip.
That's true. I guess that little chest piece in the middle wouldn't cover the nipple a little.
No, actually, look how wide that chest piece is, and we can still see the nipple.
I'm more concerned with Evil Lynn's nipple, let's say. They need to pronounce them fuckers.
But yeah, this is pretty cool. It's interesting now that because Mattel has the Thundercat license, and I guess DC maybe has now the Thundercats publishing license since they have the He-Man one. So I wonder if this means possibly a Thundercats comic too. But for now, be a crossover with He-Man. It's pretty cool.
Well, I wouldn't. If all goes well, Mattel will no longer have the license to Thundercats.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Because that means Super 7 can do something with it.
But I mean, unless Super 7 just simply gets the distribution by license at least. But yeah.
Because what the guy running Super 7 said. That's why I'm a little confused now. He said that literally. That Mattel has to let go of it has to let go of the license for them to produce the figures.
You're right about that. You know what? I had forgotten that myself from saying it last week, but you're right about that.
Don't like that. It would have been cool, but whatever. If we got a comic book, I don't know. I don't know if I would get it, but
you can read the He-Man comic book at this point.
You know what? I have a few of the trade paperbacks that I bought last year. Last year I bought a few of the trade paperbacks. I started reading it, and I just couldn't get that into it. Yeah. I have to go back and really, really sit there and read them, because it's a new costume. It's a totally new series and origin and everything. At least what we just saw there is based on the original '80s look. The stuff that the stuff that DC worked on with He-Man, and I'm not saying it's bad. It's just that I read the first one and it was kind of slow paced and not much happened, so it didn't really keep me interested to continue reading them. But I've got about 3 or 4, but they're only about 6 issues each or less.
Yeah.
Speaking of comics, be sure to check out Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Jason provided that comic, his comic for free, the trade paperback in digital format, 177 pages. You could go on our Facebook, The Plastic Empire, and we got a link there where you could download that. He's going to be relaunching that Kickstarter in spring of next year. He's going to give it another shot, and we're going to be behind him pushing that.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna to look good, not to come up looking bad. I'm gonna say I'm gonna follow him, but I'm not doing it again.
Dun dun dun. Well, I will. I'll be there.
No. He just put up some head sculpts.
Yes.
That were absolutely gorgeous. Okay, he put up these human head sculpts in the style of his in the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom style. Okay, they were head sculpts from another property. All right, so this is not stuff for this was not stuff for general consumption. It was just showing what it would look like, and that style that they have is absolutely gorgeous.
It is.
It works with simians. It works with it works with avians. It works with any type of animal, and it works with humans. And it looks really cool.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful, and what I like about it is that it's signature their line. It is their line. You can't mistake it with anything else. And it's just got such beautiful lines, and it just got a beautiful look. It looks, I don't know how to explain other than it looks like it popped right out of their comic book, which I think is drawn better than 90% of the stuff that's out there in the market anyway.
It's similar to like how the Batman animated series figures look like they're ripped right out of the TV, the cartoon.
But to me, it's got this Joe Madureira look.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
That's the thing. It's like, and if you could do that, and boy, Alan, wasn't that a guy that was a rising star and went.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, so I mean, I can't wait. I can't wait till he launches a Kickstarter again. I think his plan is to go a little smaller this time, a little less ambitious. And I think it'll get. I think next time around it'll get funded, and I'll definitely be putting my money on it. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
And BigBoyCollectibles.com. You looking for GI Joe, modern, vintage? He's got them. Vehicles, figures, tents. I don't know. Whatever's labeled with GI Joe on it. He tries to carry it if he finds it. So I won't say he has tents or sleeping bags, but if he does get them, he will have them. So be sure to check out Big Boy Collectibles.
It's got to be better than somebody's hand-me-down GI Joe sheets I ordered 10 years ago from eBay.
I'd have done it too. Don't worry. So.
I absolutely.
Do we have any other toy-related TV?
I just want to remind people, if you're watching the Preacher series, and yes, I know the season's been really slow, and it's different, and they've started out differently from the comic book, but tonight's the season finale, and it's a type of series that I want them to have a second half. I wanted to show people what they can really do, and what they're going to be able to do, because what's in the comic book, even if they don't touch everything, and even if it's just and even if it's just a version of it, the stuff in there is too rich not to be on TV and for people not to enjoy.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I mean, I'll be honest, it is one of the shows that I do have to leave till Monday, being that the shows start at 9 o'clock, and I have about 7 shows on a Sunday. So with work and all, it's like I don't have time. That is the one I leave for Monday, but the other shows I've been with for at least 2 to 3 seasons, so it's
Yeah, I don't blame you. But what are you watching? I didn't know there was anything else on.
Oh, I'm watching The Last Ship. I'm watching Power, Ray Donovan.
Okay, gotta get into Ray.
Yeah, Ray Donovan's amazing.
Yeah.
What else? I know I have Preacher. So, I may be missing one. A couple shows just started up too a few weeks ago. So. Yeah,
and we're gonna get Fear the Walking Dead in a few weeks.
Yeah, and that's coming back, and Vikings is coming back as well. So.
Actually, everything's coming back technically, but at least in August we're getting a few shows back, which is nice. Yeah. It's always nice when it comes around in August.
Alan, anything else for you to wrap up, or?
No, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm about done.
I will say that I'm like on this wrestling kick again. I don't know what to do. I don't know what direction to go. I want to, I'm a GI Joe guy, but I do collect a few random things here and there that I like. I wouldn't stress it. It's not like you know that much about wrestling anyway. Just a little. I know not current wrestling. I do know a lot about the old stuff. Even then, my brain sucks so bad that I don't have a good memory, so I forget a lot of things that I should remember. But I've been really, I think I spoke about it. The Hasbro. I'm definitely probably going to get back into the Hasbro. And especially now they got that. I was thinking about this before they released images of those upcoming Hasbro-esque figures. I'm guessing by Mattel.
Yep.
But I am kind of getting, like, I just went and bought the Nasty Boys from the Matty line, Mattel line. What is it, the Elite Flashbacks or whatever?
That's right.
I'm debating going and getting the Legends Road Warriors because they look awesome, and
I want that Elite. Is it the Elite Ultimate Warrior?
The Ultimate Maniacs, those are Defining Moments.
Defining Moments.
Defining Moments. That thing is gorgeous.
Yeah, and there's an accompanying Macho Man, although it's under Elite.
Okay, well, those colors I love. I can't deal with him in the neon colors.
Yeah, I don't know. I was never a big Warrior fan, so I'm good.
I wasn't that into wrestling, but he had such an iconic look, and he looked like, it was back in the days of when Rock was still big, hair bands were really big, and he had this big hair, and he's got that cool superhero type of mask. or paint. Actually, it was makeup around his eyes, right? Like
Yeah, it was face paint.
Face paint. It was always cool. He always had a very cool look.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just now I'm kind of up in the air. I've been looking at past figures, right? I've been sending you messages, Alan, every day.
Yeah, I don't want to be seeing that. It's just getting me into it too, and I'm into it now.
I seen the Sabu figure. I'm like, oh shit! Now I got to get the Sabu, and you know, the Road Warrior Legends, Demolition Legends, which is amazing.
Yep.
Sabu, isn't that Kazar's Sabretooth?
Oh, actually, yes. His name is Sabu as well.
Oh, wow. All right.
Sabu of ECW fame, FMW.
And also of the Savage Land.
Yes.
But, so I'm kind of like, man, what do I do? Because I want to get back into the wrestling, and it's like, should I just stick with Hasbro? Do I get a couple of these, you know, elites and defining moments and all that?
When you mean Hasbro, you're talking about going back and getting older figures, right?
Yeah, the 90s, the early 90s line that they created with the spring action. So, yeah, but we'll see, man. I'm still like in the debating area, and we'll see. But you know, the journey will begin soon. So I'll probably be posting videos of stuff when I get it, and because I definitely have been hitting a lot of shit lately. So when I got a load coming from Brazil.
Whoa! You keep that to yourself.
Yeah, right. I got a package eventually coming from Brazil, and I think I'll probably do a haul video or something from between last NJCC and now, and I'll just show a bunch of shit that I got.
Very cool. I got something to show here before I forget. If you're a Joe Club fan, we finally got our 13th figure, the extra figure that we got in the FSS subscription. We got Carla Greer. Carla Greer. Okay.
Wow.
Doc's niece. Okay. Great figure, except that, man, they could have done a way better job on the hair.
You should do a way better job showing there, buddy.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Okay.
Just leave it in one spot. There you go.
The hair has absolutely no molding on it whatsoever. They just gave her a little fro with a ponytail in the back.
What?
I don't know if you can see the ponytail there. A little bit, but not. But I don't like her hair only because it's a real lazy job. Right. I thought they could have done. It's a nice face sculpt. The face sculpt is feminine. I like the face sculpt, but the hair is just, you know, they took. It looks like they took Play-Doh and they smoothed it out and then took the cast of it. All right, but I love the white accessories. I love the fact that she has brown. She has that brown web gear that matches her suit color. Then the white accessories, and with the red flare. And tell me, that just doesn't look wrong, right? All right.
Just a little.
And not for nothing, this face, the art on that face is horrible.
Hey, I think they did that on purpose. That's like them old kids' books where they sneak little shit in, you know?
No, they got a guy who does. Look, exactly. I mean, the artwork, you know, not that the guy's a bad artist. It's just that it's not that photorealistic or that, you know. It's not the kind of artwork that I would expect on this. But folks, if you're not lucky, you gotta be careful. This thing comes in its own box that's taped with the last two figures. Well, when I got mine, luckily both of them were there, but only one side was taped, and it was coming off already.
Yeah, something to watch out for.
Yeah,
that Outback that was released, man, he looks pretty anorexic for an Outback. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem, Alan, and I've discussed many times, is that, and we've discussed with you as well, when they use the 25th anniversary bodies versus the POC 30th and 50th anniversary. When they go with those 25th, it's exactly. They really, absolutely, they should have gone with the 50th anniversary roadblock.
Gung Ho or roadblock, I thought would have been perfect.
Or even Leatherneck, depending on. No, they couldn't. No, the Leatherneck's got a shirt. Yeah, so to see what he's talking about, this is the figure right here, and
Look how beefed up he is. He's jacked.
Yeah.
And the figure, he just looks like he's a.
Yeah, look at and the artwork. Always love that artwork. Okay, and he's got a great head sculpt. This head sculpt is better. It's better than the Outbacks. The Outbacks we've gone in the past.
Sure.
All right, but that they went with 25th anniversary body, and
they blew it.
And that's the drawback.
Crackhead compared to his picture.
Nah, it's not that bad. I wish I had. I wish I had a body that looked like that, was out of proportion like that. All right, and for anybody curious, Sneak Pete went on a major weight loss diet, and look how trim he is now.
I like that though. I like him.
Yeah.
In this day and age of fitness, why not?
Exactly. I mean, look how chubby that face is. All right, and that body, and look how nice he looks now.
Hey, he looks like Mike. Holy shit!
Oh my
that
God!
face!
You're
right.
Oh, shout out to Blitz. Yeah, Blitz, you're looking good.
Mike.
Holy crap, that's dead on.
Oh my
God. Okay, you know what?
He's gonna hate us.
All right, I gotta run, gentlemen. I have a dare to prepare for it, but we're gonna have to chat about this in the board because I don't think anybody noticed that until just now.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, obviously it's an in joke of somebody we know, so we'll take it up with him.
Yeah.
Well, it's him posing for a picture because the glasses are off.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, we'll talk to you later. We'll just finish up. We'll give out.
How do I take off this sharing? I don't want to share anymore.
I'll take it off. Yeah, but Alan, we'll see you later, man. Thank you. We're gonna just go over some website stuff and all that.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'll speak to you guys soon.
All right, brother. Later.
Adios. BigBoyCollectibles.com. Big Boy Collectibles for all your G.I. Joe needs, whether it's A-Raw, whether it's modern, whether it's bed sheets. Doesn't have them yet, but I might sell them mine so you guys can buy them.
Or flash, or tents, or radios, or whatever. Be sure to check out our website, theplasticempire.com. We post up the podcast there. You can get our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, any podcast app that's out there. You can find us. Check us out on Facebook, The Plastic Empire. Please like and share the page. Shares are better than likes for us. Obviously, like the page though. But if you see that we post up the podcast somewhere, please like it and share it because those shares are what bring in more viewers and listeners.
Yeah, and I would appreciate and folks, please comment if you have any questions or topics you guys want us to talk about. If you want to just complain about how annoying and obnoxious I am. And abrasive, go right ahead. Yeah, okay, comment away.
Yeah, check us out on Instagram, The Plastic Empire. Twitter, we are _Plastic Empire _. Our email is tpe@theplasticempire.com. That's also our Skype address where you can, we have a chat room that we have open during the show. So if you want to be added, we could add you in there and you could chat live during the show. We could see what you want to talk about or what you think about what we're saying.
Or corrections. If we're mentioning something that's off or wrong, let us know, please.
Right. We are wrong very frequently, I'm sure. Also be sure to check us out on YouTube, The Plastic Empire. Subscribe. And again, please share it. That'd be a big help for us. And hopefully you enjoy the show. And anything we can do to improve, or any complaints or praise or anything, we'd love to hear it, man. We've been getting some good feedback lately. Thank you again.
Complaints are just as good as compliments.
Exactly. So that's it for me, man.
That's it for me too.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you all later. Thanks again for listening.
All right, folks. Peace.
Peace.